ṣe máa kúnlẹ̀ fún ẹnìyẹn pé o ṣé bàbá ọkọ mi àbí tẹ́ni ẹ bá wá tí ò feel guilty tí ò feel remorseful at all tó tún yan fandafanda tó tún feel pé òun lè release album káwọn foolish people like him kó tún bá rà á kó tún bá promote ẹ̀ kó tún fún lówó lé lórí pé dànsákì ẹ o akọgun ni ẹ because ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ lọ́pọlọ ẹ̀ ń sọ fún pé ẹ̀ ń sọ ń sìn pé nǹkan tó ṣe kò pọ̀ jù òun lọ síbẹ̀ òun lọ jẹ̀fọ́ rírò ni ó yìí máa lọ jọbẹ̀ ẹ̀ lá ó máa padà lọ family house wọn ó máa lọ jọbẹ̀ ẹ̀ lá ẹ̀ bá ti gbà á lámọ̀ràn ẹ̀yin lè má ti gbà ẹ ṣé gan ni mà ẹ kí ni mo ti mọ̀.
Shirtless ẹni ká jẹ́ kẹsọ̀rọ̀ ṣáàdì yín lẹ́nu mú ni ẹ jẹ́ kí n tún yín lẹ̀ ó dàgbé mi mo dẹ̀yìn nínú ó yẹ sọ̀rọ̀ shirtless ó yà mo dẹ̀ lè sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ next person ẹ jọ.
A kú rògbòdìyàn tí bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà rẹ̀ kọ́ ló ń ṣàánú wá Nàìjíríà ẹ̀ wò kò sólóòtọ́ mọ́ ní Nàìjíríà kò sólóòtọ́ rárá ká má parọ́ fúnra wa bọ̀ èmi ò rò pé bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà lọ sẹ́wọ̀n ó dà pọ̀ lọ gba èsì ni because tó bá yẹ pé ó rí ìlọ jìyà níbi tó lọ yẹn kò ní dé kó ṣe fídíò kó máa kò ní dé kó máa kọrin orí ọ̀ ń bọ́ mi mọ nǹkan tó ń kọ because mi ìmọ̀ àwọn tó wà senseless tí wọ́n listen sí lórí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn torí orin yẹn gan kò ní mínì orin yẹn ò ní mínì létí ti tèmi because kò ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa ṣe mi mọ̀ bóyá ìgbọ̀dé mọ woman kan báyìí woman yẹn ó release video kan I don't know maybe she's from UK or bíyà Canada bí kankan ṣá woman yẹn ṣe fọ́ọ̀mù òun rí wípé bọ́n ṣe drop video bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà báyìí wọ́n ṣe drop video bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà báyìí ó náà mò ń fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ó nù ń kọ́ bá ẹnu ọmọ ẹni pé kó má sọ anything because àwọn kan ń gbèjà bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ló jẹ́ kí woman yẹn come out láti wá sọ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn náà ó ní bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ti ṣe fún ọmọ òun rí ó ní immediately tí wọ́n ṣe bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà lórí TV báyìí ó ní ọmọ yẹn fẹ́ sọ ó ní òun kọ́ bá ẹ̀mọ yẹn pé kó má wọlé kó má jẹ́ káwọn tún dá mí sílẹ̀ because tóun bá wá síta láti wá sọ̀rọ̀ ó ní máa tún kó bá bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà sí ni kò dẹ̀ sọ gbọ́ bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà tí máa padà lọ torí ó sì máa padà lọ èmi náà lè gbà kan ṣerú ẹ̀ fọmọ mi náà kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ àná lóòótọ́ ní Nàìjíríà kọ́lọ́n kó ṣàánú wa kó sólóòótọ́ nílùú yìí because tó bá jẹ́ pé lóòótọ́ ló lọ jìyà lọ́hùn kò ní dé kó dídí gbé máìkì sẹ́nu kó náà ń kọrin ẹwọ́ bó ṣe rí sẹ́ni tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé látàn ṣó máa rí báyìí.
Oṣù mi o.
Sẹ́ni tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé láti ibi tó lọ ṣó máa fáyìn báyìí. Kò sólóòótọ́ Nàìjíríà ẹ̀wò kọ́lọ́ ń ṣàánú wa ni kọ́lọ́ dẹ̀ máa bá wa fi ààbò ẹ̀ kó máa fi bá wa ṣọ́ àwọn ọmọbìnrin wa kọ́lọ́ kó gbà wá lọ́wọ́ ẹni tó ń ṣọ́ ni tá a ṣọ́ kọ́lọ́ kó ṣàánú wa mi rí jù báyìí lọ ẹ̀ o.
Ẹ ṣé mà ẹ ṣé gan ẹ ṣé ẹ ṣé mà. Hello to first song.
Can I speak?
Say yes, ma'am.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me on your platform. Well, I wish I could really express myself in Yoruba, but I try not to say English. At Yoruba. I live in the UK and I know you live abroad. And I have the opportunity of working with children. When I say that, I'm sure you know what I do. And I'll say one thing to you, sis. And apologies to the men on this platform. But you see, when we get to a stage in life that we need to begin to take accountability when we do things that are wrong. And I would say one thing, in the course of my profession, I can categorically tell you with evidence and facts, a lot of Africans, I don't want to talk about Africans generally,
Nigerians.
In the course of my job, a lot of Nigerian men are badly raised. Because you see, our women enable these men. See,
100%.
if you look at, in the last 5 years, I want to go UK, presently I've got 3 cases of touching a child wrongfully, not respecting boundaries. I've got 3 cases at the moment, and 3 of them are Nigerian men. I shouldn't be discussing I'm just using this.
No, but you're not mentioning names. You don't know who you are.
Good. I'm using this to make an example of what is going on. So when women sit on platforms like this to make excuses for men like Baba Jesha, it makes me cry. And sometimes I don't blame these women. A lot of them grew up having their uncles and their fathers touch them.
100%.
And because of that, they believe it is the norm. Now let's go back to the men. When you live in Nigeria, 13 for work, and because sometimes I feel a lot of you are not enlightened. You don't know, it's not about penetration alone. Only age you are not allowed to touch that child inappropriately, even if you are the father of the child. So we need to begin to educate our men, because sometimes when they argue online like this, it makes me cry. And I'm like, lack of education or lack of exposure or culture plays a big part. Only anything you can whether that child is your own or not. And most of these men don't see what's abroad and say, sis, let me tell you something. These are men that have done terrible things back home.
100%.
Because sometimes I'm ní òyìnbó ń kó bá wọn òyìnbó ní kọ́kọ́ ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe àwa dúdú gan la pọ̀ jù ń bẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí n là á sílẹ̀. I am a senior practitioner, I'm a social worker safeguarding children. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká máa gbé gbogbo ẹ má jà tọ̀ra wa. Most of these men ìgbà tó wà ní Nàìjíríà wọ́n máa ń tọwọ́ bọ ọmọ kékeré lára ń lé. And I will tell you something, some horrible mothers know these things, and because of the marriage they cover these things up.
Right.
You women are the reason why most of these men are badly behaved. Let's call it spade a spade. You say these things and you turn a blind eye. You say these things and you behave like and when they now come abroad, sis, tó ti mọ́ wọn lára ó wá dé bí báyìí ẹ wá láwọn ọmọ funfun yìí since you live abroad ọmọ 12 years old ó dàbí ọmọ 18. ẹyọkọ tí mò ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ ọmọ yẹn sọ fún nítorí I'm saying this nítorí àwọn èèyàn tó ń sọ pé princess set a trap. In the law it is allowed for evidence gathering. Let us get it straight, because for you to present a case like Baba Jesha's case in the court of law, you have to back it up with evidence. And the only way you can collect evidence is for you to throw a bait. Baba Jesha fell into a bait that was thrown at him. If it was something he wasn't practicing, he wouldn't have fallen into that bait.
They're 100%.
Ọmọ kan níbí báyìí sì. A Nigerian man, boy, 14-year-old girl, yare o sende someone. Oni àwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ lé, ó ṣe wọ̀lú yìí ní 3 years ago. Owó ẹ̀pà ló fi wọ bíbá. Ìwọ rẹ̀ ọlọ́wẹ́ náà wò lọ́ọ̀kan kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ yẹ, you're going down for it. Then when you go down for it, àwọn gather sórí social media, àwọn like one bíbá. What are you talking about? Ó ti ń bá ọmọ yìí sọ̀rọ̀ for the last 3 months, and from Kotagada, the first 2 weeks tó ti gbọ́ ọmọ yìí sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́mọ yìí ti sọ fún pé I am 14. Àwọn ọmọ ìlú yóò kí n parọ́ age.
At all.
A man like that ẹ mọ iye ọmọ tó ti bá sùn nílé kó tó wá bí. Lórí fóònù ọmọ yẹn open up sí yẹn. Ìyá wa gba fóònù ẹ̀jọ̀, ìyá wa ń ba chat bí ẹni pé ọmọ yẹn ni. Will you stand in front of the judge and say, only trap fún? What nonsense are you talking about? Even after tọmọ yẹn ti ní 14 lòun, ẹ mọ nǹkan tí brother mi ṣe next. Ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń ya rẹ̀, ó ń sẹ̀ǹdẹ̀ sọmọ yẹn. Kò dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ọwọ́ ìyá ọmọ yẹn lòun ń sẹ̀ǹdẹ̀ sí. Ó kúrò níbẹ̀. Ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí béèrè lọ́wọ́ ọmọ yẹn time tó máa ń kúrò school. Sharing the last chat and evidence gathering Pashe in the last 1 month, he was actually speaking to the girl's mom without him knowing. The evidence is too much. And this is a 47-year-old man with 3 children and a wife. How disgraceful and disgusting. So Baba Ejsha coming out after such a terrible, despicable act and having the effrontery, it is the audacity for me, having the effrontery to create a song out of such a terrible situation. That man has not changed. He needs rehabilitation. All that time suffering was too short. Because if you've got human feelings, you should just lay low and move on with your life. Seek help, seek therapy. But you come out, what you're doing now, by putting out that silly song, is like you're poking the wound towards it, 100%. When you, and I'm going to end on this final note. When you touch a child as a man, or you abuse a child, most of those children, it follows them on to when they get married. It's a traumatic and a disastrous situation for their life. And Nigeria being the country that it is, we've got nothing in place to help these children. A country like this, the child will go straight into therapy. The child will go straight into counseling to help that child. But do we have things like that back home? So with the children this man has touched or done something with, it will tell in their marriage, it will tell in their relationship with people, it will destroy their confidence. So as mothers and as women, when you sit down to encourage and enable and make excuses for these terrible men, remember you've got daughters. So let's take that home tonight. Remember you've got daughters, and posterity will remember whatever we all do. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, man.
Hello, Karen.
Mr. Larry, good evening, sir.
Very case Baba Ejsha yìí. Ó lápò máa padà síbi tó ti ń bọ̀. Because it's like he's not allowing sleeping dog lies.
Thank you, all the men here tonight. I really appreciate you for coming out to talk, because you have children, girl children, you have girl sisters. You understand? So thank you so much for standing for it.
Piece of time pé mo fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan ibi iṣẹ́ ni mo wà mo ń gbọ́ yín ẹjọ́ ẹ má sọ mí kalẹ̀ mo ní nǹkan tó fẹ́ sọ ẹ ṣe gan.
You understand? It's like he's not allowing sleeping dog lies, because kìíní ẹ̀ story yẹn ti lọ mo ti gbàgbé ẹ̀ ṣe nígbà tí mo rí fídíò yẹn mo ní irú Nàìjíríà wo leléyìí. Ẹjọ́ wọn ní ìgbẹ́ kínkín létí àwo tó bá nù kún bẹ ṣé má ìdílé kún bẹ ni o tún wá open wound ṣé tó bá yẹ pé mi lọ mo ní dọ́tà tó bá pè mí lọmọbìnrin yẹn even though gan bí mo ṣe wà yìí there are some things ẹ pé tẹ bá parọ́ ẹ̀ mọ́ mi àwọn tó sọ̀rọ̀ àǹdí máa ní rárá pé kò lè jẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó o bá ti máa ṣe something tó wà traceable to you ṣé wọ́n dùn mọ́ ẹ ni. Meaning orin yẹn sì ní pé ó ń pe Nigeria judiciary ló ní rọ́ nìyẹn náà.
100% pé mo mọ bó ṣe.
Yes na, because now nǹkan tó ń rí dínkù judicial system Nigeria nìyẹn náà wípé that means pé wọ́n ṣe investigation wọn dáadáa, that means pé wọ́n implicate ẹ̀ ni, because me I don't understand. Mo wish pé kí n rí Baba Ejsha ẹ̀wọ̀n náà wọn tí bá wá sí Nigeria, because ó ń bí mi nínú. It's very obvious kò ní ọmọbìnrin, kò ní daughter, kò ní family. Tó bá ní daughter á mọ báwa ta ní ọmọ bá ṣe ká máa sì kí ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ wa. Tó bá yẹ pé ibi ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa fi sẹ́wọ̀n gbére ni. Ẹjọ́ kí ló ń wá kiri? Òun wáyọ̀ rẹ̀ sí mú. Láti ẹ̀ ló ń gbé ti process. O bá ya ọmọ nílé kí ló ń jókòó moral ground gan. O lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti máa béèrè bí kò fún ẹ lómi mu. Omi wèrè ló fẹ́ mu tó ti rí pé òun fọwọ́ kan ọmọ. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti gbé gbogbo evidence jáde láti convict ẹ. Iṣẹ́ kó allow sleeping dog kó lie, kó ra remain underground, kó máa seek for forgiveness, wọ́n á bọ́ síta wá kọrin. Àwọn onídíọ̀tì kan àmì àwọn fábíyì gbogbo wọn kọ́ wá sórí TV station ká máa call ká máa béèrè question lọ́wọ́ wọn, because àṣẹ ìbí náà kì í ṣọkùnrin ni. Àbúrò kí ló ń ṣe máa gbọ́ náà ó máa padà sẹ́wọ̀n. I'm telling you, ó dàbí kò lẹ́nu rárá. Ṣé táyé bá ń ṣèyàn máa ń ṣe rẹ̀ hàn. because it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Nígbà tí mo gbọ́ fídíò yẹn bí kó tún lọ egbò tó ti ń jiná tẹ́lẹ̀ ó tún lọ tẹ egbò tó ń jiná mọ́lẹ̀. Are you saying those police officers who did their investigation they are mad? The judge who sentenced you is crazy, doesn't know what he's doing.
But still went to
victim mentality.
Court of appeal. Court of appeal. He still went on appeal. Nothing came out of it. And you think they don't know what you're doing.
One play victim card. Shame on him. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo tó kún Naija, orí kankan múnú àmọ́ lọ́mọ tó wá ń destroy life wọn. Kò ní jẹ́ kìíní, kò ní jẹ́ kejì. Ó máa padà sẹ́wọ̀n. Fábíyì gan tó ń support ẹ̀ kí gbogbo wọn bá sórí social media ká máa béèrè question lọ́wọ́ wọn tó bá kó wọn dára wọn lójú kó wá sórí social media bóyá wò kì í ṣọkùnrin. Àwọn ní àwọn máa jẹ́ kó máa sọ Nàìjíríà mẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀rù ló máa ń kó ní àtàkà àwa jẹ́ ló mẹ́wàá o because ó bàtà wà grow up disciplinary morality yẹn wọ́n mú kókó ni bóyá àwọn ọmọ Gen Z bóyá àwọn ọkùnrin Gen Z I'm very sure Baba Ejsha should be Gen Z generation because tó bá jẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ pé
Baba tó lọ 50 years 40 something about 50 years ní Baba Ejsha náà 50 years ṣé kò lọ́pọlọ ni àbí mental problem tó ń ṣe kò fi sílẹ̀ ó sì ní náà.
Ó máa padà sẹ́wọ̀n yẹn ó máa lọ learn kò tí ì learn tó ó tún bọ́ síta òun kọrin mẹ́tò fẹ́ gbórin ẹ̀ pọ̀ very annoying so annoying when I iṣẹ́ àkọ́jẹ́ nílẹ̀ ẹ má kò lè bọ́ àpò má kó àpò ara olóṣèlú burúkú tiẹ̀ ibi táwọn èèyàn ó dá ẹṣẹ́ ìkọjà rẹ̀ má kí n sọ̀rọ̀ jù kò sì so annoying.
I know. Thank you, sir. Yes. Ó dà pé ẹ̀yin jú ló fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin olójú.
Ẹ kalẹ̀ o.
Ẹ bèrè question tẹ́ fẹ́ béèrè. Yes.
Mo fẹ́ èmi náà ní ọ̀rọ̀ bíi ẹyọkan sí méjì kan tí mo fẹ́ contribute sí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni. Màá dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí ara gbọ́ mi láàrin ìṣẹ́jú méjì bọ̀ ẹjọ́ mọ́ mi ibi tèmi fẹ́ kọrí sí. Mi ò mọ̀ bóyá àwọn tọ́lọ́run fún láyè láti sọ̀rọ̀ lórí platform bí mo ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ yìí.
Ẹgbẹ́ àyẹ̀ká
ìyẹn lómi náà kọrí síbẹ̀. Ṣé rí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí fún alára tèmi gangan bí mo ṣe rí orin yẹn ní àná sí jẹta òru ni mo kọjá lẹ́fọ̀ ẹbí mi tí mo rí orin yẹn so ẹni tó bá gbọ́ orin yẹn tí ò bá gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń bọ̀ wá tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ á ló wà so emotional bọ̀ ṣe mọ̀ pé wọ́n lọ́rọ̀ ń dùn ẹ́ wọ́n fọ̀rọ̀ oúnjẹ lọ ẹ́ tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ má lọlé lọ àbí tán máa sọ yìí pé ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ ni bí ṣe máa ń pààyàn ọ̀tọ̀ ni bọ́rọ̀ ṣe máa ń dùn yàn téèyàn bá jẹ́ ẹni tí ọ̀rọ̀ máa ń dùn á gbébi kalẹ̀ máa o. ẹ̀tọ́ asán nìkan tí mò ń sọ ma. ọ̀rọ̀ ayé yìí Yorùbá ló ti parí ọ̀rọ̀ tán wọ́n á ní ọ̀rọ̀ ayé yìí dàbí ìlú gángan ibi tó kọjú sẹ́nìkan ẹ̀yìn ló kọ sẹ́lómi. tá a bá wo ọ̀rọ̀ yìí láti ilẹ̀ ibi tó ti ń bọ̀ wá àwọn tó bá súnmọ́ èèyàn gangan wọ́n máa ń mọ̀yàn lápèjúwe a máa rí pé nínú àwọn tó ń ṣeré orí ìtàgé yìí especially àwọn tọ́lọ́run fún ní ìràwọ̀ yìí táwọn ìràwọ̀ wọn jó biribiri mi ò sọ ìsìn tí ìràwọ̀ ti dowó o nígbà tí ìràwọ̀ fi jó biribiri a rí pé lára nǹkan tó máa fi ń yọ yìí ní ọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin even àti gbọ́ lẹ́nu àwọn tán ti jẹ́ bàbá àwọn onítíátà kan tán ti sọ pé ìràwọ̀ táwọn ọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin làwọn fi ṣàkíyèsí nígbà àti táwọn so kíní yẹn ń bọ̀ wá wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nú àwọn tó ń ṣeré orí ìtàgé tá a bá ní 100% ní tá a bá mú 75% nínú àwọn ọkùnrin tán wà ń bẹ̀ kò sábà pọ̀ nínú wọn tí ó máa fojú rí obìnrin tá a dẹ̀ fojú yọ̀ǹda obìnrin yẹn tá a máa bá ṣe tiẹ̀ lọ kíní yẹn ò sábà pọ̀ láàrin wọn débi wípé ó wà láàrin wọn débi pé tẹ bá fẹ́ pè mí sí location á tún máa béèrè pé ṣe tún máa gbọ́mọ fóun ní àbí kò ń gbọ́mọ wá ọ̀run o bẹ́ẹ̀ ló dẹ̀ wà láàrin àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ obìnrin wọn náà tó ní táwọn náà fi máa ń káàdì fún un bọ̀ láàrin àwọn ọkùnrin eléyìí sábà kọ́mọ láàrin àwọn ọkùnrin tá à ń sọ yìí nínú àwọn ilé tó ń ṣe orí ìtàgé yìí ṣé wàá mọ̀ pé nǹkan tí ẹ̀dá bá mọ̀ jẹ jù ibẹ̀ náà ti máa ń lọ ń dúró de ẹ̀dá. Kò pọ́síbù kí ẹ mọ̀ nísìnyí pé mi ò kí ń jẹ yán pé ẹ̀yin yóò láìkì yán kí wọ́n á délé yín kẹ́ wá ní the favourite food yẹn láti kalẹ̀ mo wá béèrè kí ni ẹ wá ní yán ẹ ti mọ̀ pé mi ò kí ń jẹ yán. So nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé mo fẹ́ràn lè máa ṣe fún mi clearly. Nǹkan tí mi ò fẹ́ràn tẹ́ bá fi de trap kalẹ̀ fún mi yes ma ẹ̀rọ ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn anilágbájá ìyàwó ẹnìkan lọ tẹ́ bá sọ eléyìí máa lọ lílọ sùn bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ tọ̀hún máa lọ lílọ sùn ẹ jẹ́ bá wa mú smáìlì yẹn jọ.
I don't sọ ẹ bá ti dé kẹ mute.
So
ó yẹ máa sọ fún àdúgbò yìí sà.
kò ń ṣe àwọn tó já sí pé wọ́n ti ní tẹ́ bá ti gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu eléyìí ìyàwó mi náà ni mo ń lọ lé ni o ẹ ti mọ̀ pé kò sí ìlú tẹ́ lọ tẹ́ bá sọ fún pọ́mọ kan ló wà lọ́ọ̀kan yà á ní kí ni mo fẹ́ fi ṣe tábà ní ká gbọ́mọ fún ẹ wá ní kí la fẹ́ ṣe ìwọ àdíláwájà ìjọ sùn á ní kí ni mo fẹ́ fi ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ náà kí ló ṣe yìí náà ní sẹ́ǹsì ni ní nǹkan míì tẹ́ ń rò ní gbogbo ń tán fi de trap fún yẹn kò ní mú torí pé kò ṣe kíni kò fẹ́ràn obìnrin lẹ́yìn ìyàwó ẹ̀ kò fẹ́ràn yán lè fi yán lè kò sí ìrẹ́ràn gbẹ́tẹ̀lé pa sórí yán fún àyà mú bọ́tú wọ́tà ló máa sùn bọ̀ nǹkan tán bá mọ̀ pé èèyàn fẹ́ràn ẹ wá jẹ́ ká reverse back ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ sọ yìí mo fi ọjọ́ tí wọ́n dẹ̀jẹ̀ lé mi lórí mo fi búra kò ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé bóyá ó ń sọ àsọgbọnnu àbí ṣé ó rí n tó ń sọ yìí rárá nǹkan tí mo rí ni mo ń sọ yìí mo láǹfààní àti wà pẹ̀lú arákùnrin yìí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sẹ́ẹ̀mejì rí.
ní bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà.
ìyẹn ní location tí wọ́n gbé wọn sí. ọdún tí mò ń sọ yìí mi ò tí ì marry kò ń sọ̀rọ̀ 15 years back. tí n bá fẹ́ máa sọ ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa sọ pé bí i 16, 17 years back. torí mo wò pé mo marry nísìn first one mi ò tí ju bẹ́ẹ̀ bí 14 years.
kí ló ṣe ẹ̀kọ́ go straight to the point because you are making a point ẹ̀ make ni pé torí pé ó láìpẹ́ obìnrin lọ́jọ́ fún obìnrin.
mo wà pẹ̀lú wọn nígbà tí mò ń sọ tí mo fẹ́ yọ fún yín níbẹ̀ ni wípé kò ń ṣe pé bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ti dàgbà sísìn nígbà yẹn nígbà tí mò ń sọ yìí náà irúgbà tí mò ń sọ yìí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn tán bá wà ní location yìí ni bóyá ọmọọṣẹ́ wọn kan wà tán like àjòkó tí wọ́n lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ àmọ́ bá wọn dọ̀wẹ́kẹ́ tó ṣe pé ìtẹ́ ẹ̀kú gan ẹ̀ máa wù wọ́n lọ́ọ̀kan pé àwẹ́kẹ́ tẹ́ ń dá yìí gan ó ti kọjá ara wọn bí boyfriend àbọ̀kọ ẹ̀dá kó wà ń bẹ̀ kẹ́ máa dọ̀wẹ́kẹ́ tó tó báyìí tàbí kẹ́lòmíì gbé obìnrin míì wá kójókó ti lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ẹ ṣáà máa rí i pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ń sábà sùn kẹran ó sùn. ẹ tọ́ra fún nǹkan tí mo sọ. nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ yọ jáde níbẹ̀ ni wípé.
It's like you are giving them.
No. ẹ jẹ́ kí n parí ọ̀rọ̀ mi ẹjọ́. So nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ yọ jáde nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni wípé nǹkan tí bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà máa jẹ lódodo ọ̀rọ̀ ká má parọ́ tán láwa jẹ.
lọ́ fi fọmọ kékeré dẹ́.
wọ́n fi dẹ́ kọ́ o èmi ò sọ pé wọ́n fi dẹ́ o rárá o ẹ má ṣe mí. tó máa jẹ òun lóyún o àmọ́ ṣe rí ọ̀rọ̀ orin tó bọ́ta yìí òdodo ọ̀rọ̀ kan wọn ní kéèyàn má sọ òun o. ẹni tó jáde ọba dájọ́ láàrin ẹni tọ́rọ̀ ń dùn wọ́n ní ẹnìkan pa ẹ́ lọ́mọ ọba wa lò pé fámìlì òun ló jẹ́ pé àṣàlì tí ọmọọba máa lé ọyà ẹfọ ọmọọba lẹ ẹjẹ kọmọọba máa rìn kọmọọba wa lọ jáde pé òun ò láàyè ibi tọ́rọ̀ yìí lágbára sí bàbá yìí lè padà tẹsẹ̀ bọ tàkúté ìkéènì o tí ò bá rí lè ṣe kìlọ̀ fún un mo débi kan dúró náà.
dájú ẹ bá wọn ti bàbá ọlọ́fà náà ó sọ pé dídó làwọn máa ń ṣe èmi tẹ̀ ń rí yìí mo ti jẹ́ actress rí nígbà yẹn fún òun mọ gbogbo kọ́tà ẹ̀ sọ yẹn when it comes to the industry but tẹ bá wò ó gbogbo ẹni tó torí ẹ̀ pé nínú industry wọ́n condemn àti pé ọmọ kékeré ni bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà molest gbọ́ bọ́ ṣe sọ pé kí ni yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọmọ 7 years ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí molest ọmọ yẹn so èèyàn láìkó obìnrin ọ̀tọ̀ ni ṣùgbọ́n fún ọmọ kékeré òun là ń sọ yìí sá thank you pé acknowledge pé orin tó kọ yìí gan ó lè dá padà síbi tó ti ń bọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ọmọ kékeré là ń sọ sá kò ń ṣe pé àgbàlagbà ọkùnrin láìkó obìnrin bọ̀ ọmọ tó bá jẹ́ pé ó láìkó obìnrin ó kì í ṣèṣekúṣe pẹ̀lú ọmọdé tó bá fi irú ọmọdé yẹn kọ sí ẹ wàá sá ṣùgbọ́n torí pé ó ti ń ṣe pẹ̀lú ọmọdé and daddy most people don give evidence against this man nítorí pé báwọn èèyàn ṣe máa ń bẹ̀rù ni ẹ mọ àwọn parents mélòó ló wá sí police station níjọ́ lọ́dún náà lọ but because bílù wá ṣe rí ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n most parents wọ́n withdraw at the last minute àwọn tó yẹ pé ó ti molest ọmọ wọn tó ti yẹ yìí sà.
Yes, ma, can we say something? I've not.
Now go on sir.
Can I come up?
Go on sir.
Okay, thank you. Mo ní púpọ̀ láti sọ. Mo fẹ́ host gbogbo mo fẹ́ béèrè question lọ́wọ́ yín. Host, I want to ask you a simple question.
Yes sir.
Could it be we come across each other? You understand? So when you met me, I don't have a bearing. No, bearing da. So you are not educated. You are more educated than me. Just like maybe you have a doctorate degree or something, or you have degrees or something. So more than female losses, female body. So you have a doctorate degree. So now you now come across me. You now discovered me that boy, only the machine got on that. But you are more educated than me. You are more wiser than me in everything. So you now said, you now come with that guy. I'm putting it to you right now.
Mm-hmm.
You host, I'm putting it to you. Once okay, well, I see school sick, you know, at the first, if I end we love each other. So now, eventually, I've been a very good guy. So now, later on, I will be in Congo later. When they put that fire is in the bin, they are now coming across me. So, if I don't do the Shabala, she used, she your bike, eventually, my fair try, you know, as a man, fair try, let's divert away from you. That's a try, that's a boycott. That's a fair, maybe I have to low. Doing law. I be totally upgrade your law because we do meeting lie by. We do meeting lie. I want to put it to you. What are you going to do?
Of course, relationship will work out. Money you're making by I feel like my back.
What has it got to do with the story this on ground? Check that it's not by force now.
You have to go now, Mr. Larry.
Because I don't understand
why Mr. Dayo try láti ṣe pé kan tí wọ́n sọ nìyẹn narrative don't give níta nìyẹn that they were dating. That was what they said. Abi Mr. Dayo.
Tí sọ̀rọ̀ mi tán náà.
Okay, ẹ jẹ́ ká fi Mr. Dayo lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ go speak. Mr. Dayo ẹ̀jẹ̀ alẹ́ sí.
Àṣẹlẹ́run ara. Ṣé bí you.
Ara màtá mi.
Ṣé bí ara màtá yín àbí? Now,
ara ò lè ta ẹ̀mí fi pé oníkálùkù àlọ́ ń lọ tiẹ̀ ni.
Ẹ̀yin lè sọ pé ara ò lè ta yín. Ẹ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé rí women will always be women. Ṣé rí anything tẹ́ bá rí láyé ó wá ní kejì tí mo fẹ́ sọ. Ẹ gbàdúrà pé Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká rógun àpòrò mọ́ ní tako ni o. Ṣé rí me that you are talking to, me, my brother is a son. After my brother, we still have another lawyer. There is nothing in my family.
Moderator, your fellow, you and that, know your own dad. Multiple SRO. Because
it's not the you are not eating the analysis. I don't understand the way.
Hello. Yeah. Hi everybody. Yeah, my own question is going to go to the host. And I'm not talking about Nigeria. Because most of them Nigeria. I like the woman that spoke that time concerning she said that she's a counselor. I want to talk about where I'm living, not about Nigeria. Because anything in Nigeria is a cruise. Okay? But question to my host, I wrote it right there. Let's say, first of all, what Baba Ejsha did is very, very bad. kò sí ibi tó ti lè èmi ìmọ̀ ti Nàìjíríà but ní America or wherever mo mọ̀ pé wọn ò lè condone such attitude. In America ọkọ tó marry gan de couple tí ọkọ ẹ̀ bá fi agídí mu pé wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan tí ò wá interested ó lè especially àwọn ọmọ ìlú yìí wọ́n lè pọlọ́pàá sí ọkọ wọn tán ìjọ marry tó ń ṣọkọ ẹ̀ ó lè sọ pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ ṣe ẹ̀ tó ń wá interested tó fagídí ṣe wọ́n dẹ̀ máa kà á sí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn RAP yẹn àwọn tó marry nìyẹn ò jẹ́ pé kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ẹni tó ìjọ fẹ́ra wọn sílé nǹkan kò wá interested ní táìmù agídí ló fẹ́ fi ṣe ó dẹ̀ pọlọ́pàá sí. Then nǹkan question mi right now tí mò ń béèrè ni pé mo gbọ́ nínú kíní tẹ́ ẹ play ẹ pé woman yẹn sọ pé ó ti ṣe ní 7 years now ṣé complainer ńgbà tó wà wí àgbo ti ṣe ní the first time yẹn like 7 years ago tó ṣe padà dé ní 14 years ago mi ìmọ̀ ti London ta America ni mo mọ̀ bọ̀ mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yẹn according to London side ṣé ìgbà tó ọ̀rẹ́ da court case ṣé ẹni tó sọ pé òun ti wà wí àgbo ṣe ní 7 years yẹn is it punishable or is free?
Of course, punishable.
Punishable as how to the person that say it was
if it can be proven, ma, if it can be proven.
No,
and then let me tell you, ma.
No, mommy, sister, me. Only ti ṣe ní 7 years. I'm talking about the princess now. Let me mention her name.
Oh no, Moso. Only if it can be proven at the court of law, it is punishable.
Okay, now but she said it and confirmed it that he did it like 7 years ago. Tó bá pé ìlú America ni àti princess o àti baba Ejsha o they are going to the same place ma.
They are not going, ma. Let me tell you, mommy, any suru mommy. Momo pe they are trying to bring out a narrative, but according to what princess said, she was not aware when that happened. She said nǹkan tó ń notice pé tó bá ti ń wo bàbá Ejsha nínú film ara ẹ̀ máa ń ṣe and she has been misbehaving in school ó ti ń lose out ó ti ń wà cold ó ti ń ní gbogbo àwọn traces tó máa ń rí tó bá ti abuse ọmọ ó ti ń wo àwọn ìwà yẹn ó ti ń fail ní class ó ti ń ṣe a lot of things ó ní tó bá ti wà tó kọ́ ti notice pé tó bá ti ní bàbá Ejsha lórí film báyìí ara ẹ̀ máa ṣe báyìí ó ní that was how she knew something was wrong. And then what Momo invite Baba Ejsha. Okay, right, ó bi ọmọ yẹn ní questions. I can't remember anything again now. That was when she invited Baba Ejsha. And they went to court. Ṣé o pé bàtọ́ lọ sí court gan? Baba Ejsha wọ́n lọ sọ pé kíní lòun lò kí ló fi ń pè kí mọ́tò lòun fi ṣe kíní kan fún ẹ̀rọ tìmà. So it is not as if she knew as at that time. She got to know that year, that particular time, and that was why she invited Baba Ejsha. Immediately she knew. Ló fi lo kìnìún yẹn fún ma.
Yeah, I know invited. If she's supposed to invited him, why is she not reporting to the authority?
Mommy said,
only the evidences to back
don't give evidence. What would you get, ma?
Mommy, is she still there?
Bàbá yọ̀ wọ́n. Àyọ̀fẹ́ bàbá yọ̀ wọ́n ṣe yọ̀ wọ́n nìyẹn. Bàbá yọ̀ wọ́n. Ẹ jẹ́ kó túbọ̀ àtàlàtà ni wọ́n. Because even mama yẹn, any sùúrù, I know it is painful when you listen to some people pé mama àgbàlagbà ẹ má yọ̀ wọ́n ẹjọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kó padà.
Oh my God.
Ẹ jẹ́ ẹ lè bá mi explain nǹkan fún wọn. Ẹ má bínú ẹ jẹ́ kí n drop mo tra yeye ẹ padà wá máa ẹ jọ.
I would love to educate her.
Educator, please.
Mama
It's so annoying.
Network ni.
But let
me just quickly put this out there quickly. I'm sorry to interrupt because please let me
just... I love you being here.
Topics
my guiding sister. My guiding sister, because you are in safeguarding and you are in child protection, okay? I am with vulnerable adults. I'm a social worker too, but vulnerable adults. So you understand. So that's nice for you to be around me.
Topics like this is very triggering for me.
I know.
It's triggering because I'm actually shaking listening to how
you can imagine they are abusing me. They are abusing me.
I'm actually shaking. Listening.
They will abuse you, Mr. Larry, now because most of them are like that.
I'm actually shaking listening to how ignorant and clueless our people sound, and is surprising. In 2026, we still have adults with such mindsets. Then we've got a long way to go, especially children living back home. I am so scared for them. If we still have adults that think like this. So, mommy, I would like to just educate you a little bit. I'm sure she might be there. I would like to explain something to you, ma. If an incident like this happens, even if it was 20 years ago, and the child in question is now an adult, and we can gather evidence, strong evidence, present your case in court, the adult, even if the adult that was the perpetrator is now in his old age, you will still go down for it. People need to know that. Whether it happened when the child was 5, and it was discovered when that child was 21, once there's strong evidence against you as a perpetrator, you would go down for it. So let's clear that. Then, when it comes to Princess inviting the adults to the house, there is nothing wrong according to the law, what she did. One, I would break it down. When he was invited to that house, he wasn't left alone. He did not see that there were adults in the house, but the adults were there to safeguard the child behind the doors. This is a very sensitive case that it would take an intelligent lawyer to trash this case out. You cannot stand in front of an intelligent judge and say to a judge that, look, this child was touched when she was 7, now she's 14. The first thing the judge would ask you, what is your evidence? How do you prove it? How do you fight? How do you argue this out? And so for Princess to have taken the next step, if Baba Ejsha was brought in and asked questions, we all know he would deny it. He would not own up to it. So Princess needed facts. She needed something she could show that, look, he did this thing. And when he was brought into that house, that child was not put in a compromising situation. And what do I mean by that? She was not left unattended to with him alone. Let's get that right. So if you're going to argue that, oh, he's done it before, but you're putting her in a dangerous situation, no, there were adults and there was a camera in that house. And that child was made aware that, look, we are behind. That child was made aware. That child was made aware that, look, relax. We are behind closed doors. We just want to see what happened. And can I say something to people? I am very sure that Princess, even before Baba Ejsha came there, even after that child had opened up to her, she might still doubt the child. She also needed that evidence to tell herself that, so this man actually did this thing. Am I making sense? So,
you are making sense. A lot of sense.
That child in that situation with him was just what we call gathering evidence. This is not a case you will stand in front of the court and say he did it. How do you prove it? It was 7 years after. If she goes in for a medical test, she would fail woefully because it's past the opening stage where we could get facts if she's been penetrated. 7 years after, no, you can't get an authentic result of penetration after 7 years. It has to be 48 hours after. So for 7 years after, we need physical evidence. We need the act. We need him agreeing or admitting to doing it. And would he have admitted to doing it? No. He would never have admitted to doing it. So the only way evidence could have been gathered was to throw that bait at him. And when that bait was thrown, I would say one last thing. If he had stopped doing it, he wouldn't have fell into that bait. That act simply tells me as a professional that after you have touched this girl 7 years ago, that means continuously I can prove to you that you are still touching children. Because if you have stopped touching children and they threw that bait at you 7 years after, you wouldn't have done and that's it. So if you see a situation like that, it is not just about that girl. It's about how many other children as this man touched. How many? 7 years after, you come back to the same girl and you fell into that trap, my dear brother. After you touched that girl 7 years ago, I can tell you for a fact, you have continuously touched children. And that is it. That is what a reasonable judge will tell you. And that was what sent him to jail. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sis. Next person.
Please, ma.
Hello.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fẹ́ béèrè nǹkan kan ni ma.
Oh, okay.
Ṣé a rí ẹnì kankan nínú àwọn tí wọ́n sọ wípé bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà yìí ṣe nǹkan tó dáa tó lè fi ọmọ wọn tàbí àwọn ọmọ wọn sí ọkùnrin ìka yìí? Tó bá lè ṣe é, because mi ò mọ bó ṣe máa sọ wípé èèyàn mọ̀ lẹ́sọ̀ ọmọdé àbí even àgbàlagbà tí ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan kan ò ṣe nǹkan báyẹn sí. Àwọn kan ṣì wá wọ́n wá ń defend nonsense. Àbí ẹjọ́ kí ni Nigerians ṣe wá rí báyìí náà? Tẹ́ bá ti láìkè èèyàn ẹ̀ kí n fẹ́ gbọ́ pé wọ́n ṣe ìkà. Ẹni yìí ṣe ìkà sí ọmọ yìí at a very young age. Ó tún padà wọ́n tún wá repeat the same trash. Àwọn kan wá dúró, àwọn obìnrin, àwọn ọkùnrin, àwọn èèyàn tí Ọlọ́run dá, wọ́n wá dúró, wọ́n wá ń sọ wípé princess bá ti má gbé báyìí. Báyìí ló ṣe yẹ kó gbé. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nínú gbogbo àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé bó ṣe yẹ kó ṣe nì bí ò ṣe yẹ kó ṣe nì. Ta ló lè fi ọmọ tiẹ̀ ọkùnrin ní obìnrin ni? Tàbí àwọn ọmọ wọn sí bàbá yìí? A ṣe níkànnà tí nǹkan ò bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sọ́dọ̀ wa. Bámbám ni mo yó tẹ́bí bá ń pẹ̀lú ní kò kàn mí. A ní long way to go ní Nàìjíríà.
Sísá mi, ẹ ti ẹ̀gbọ́n náà, responsible man tó ń fẹ́ obìnrin tó jẹ́ single mother tó ò dẹ̀ bá màmá ẹ̀ lé kí ló yẹ kó ṣe.
Wá ṣí ò ní dúró gbọ́bẹ̀.
Ó ní ẹsẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ òkè sọ fún màmá ẹ pé mo béèrè ẹ wá dẹ̀ tán bá.
Àbúrò àádẹ́ tún àbúrò ti lé.
The mother was home. Ó bá lè. Yẹ́nì sin àwọn bọ́ọ̀sì yìí. Wọ́n fẹ́ lọ ṣe nǹkan kan. A fẹ́ lọ kó dẹ̀ kó wọn kó lé. Ó fi ẹ́ sílẹ̀ lé pẹ̀lú ọmọ ẹ̀.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, a ṣì ní long way to go. Very long way.
And I think more. Like Ruthless said, it wasn't even up to 5 minutes. Princess left with those people. He started.
Tẹ́tí máa mọ kó lóorùn gidi gan ni bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn man. Very smelly man.
Ẹnìkan wá sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn, ẹnìkan kàwé, ó ní doctorate dé. Ṣé morality ó ní ìdíṣe pẹ̀lú education? Ẹnìkan kàwé.
Ẹ wo ìlú tá a wà yìí, ẹ wo nǹkan tó ń ṣe fún ọmọ màmá Charles kẹta nítorí ní ìfẹ́ dárúkọ ẹ̀.
Lọ́ti gbé yìí.
Wọ́n díò pẹ̀lú ayé ẹ̀ kò ní gbàgbé tó máa fi kú. Àwa ń sọ rádaràda. Ẹ má máa provoke àwa kan sáàmù ọ̀rọ̀ sọ.
American president tó wà ráàsì secretary ṣé bí Pinkin ṣé kò sókún èwo president.
Àwọn kan wá rìnyàn láyà lórí kíní. Rìnyàn láyà tẹ́ bá fẹ́ kéèyàn. Ẹ lọ gbéra yín fún náà. Kí ni problem yín?
Ó yà mí lẹ́nu.
My goodness.
Very, very far.
Ẹ lọ tún àwọn ọmọ yín kéékèèké àtàwọn ọmọ yín. Ẹ lọ tò wọ́n tì. Kó máa fọwọ́ rìn wọ́n nídìí. Absolute ọ̀run.
Àwọn olórí burúkú.
We are very, very
àwọn máṣá fà ní.
Anasi gan-an. Ẹ wò ó. Anasi. Tí ò bá ti kí ń ṣara wa lọ́mọ yẹn ti jáde àfẹ́mọ̀. Mi ò rí rọ̀rùn abiyamọ báyìí rí láyé.
Ẹ wo bí Kétì kò ṣe
The
sọkún.
funny part ni wípé àwọn àgbàlagbà tó ronú báyìí wọ́n pọ̀.
Ẹ wò ó yẹ ti ológun tó ọmọ sí ní kọ́ lọ tún àwọn ọmọ wọn sí irú ọkùnrin. Kọ́ máa fi ṣíìzù àti kọ́ máa fi ru wọn nídìí. Absolute filth.
Àwọn olórí burúkú.
Filth.
Ń sọ̀rọ̀ education ẹnìkan kàwé.
Filth.
Ó sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀
Education kan wá sí big nǹkan. Ignorance at heart.
Ó sì ní sùúrù ni. Ó ní I'm putting it to you.
Very bad.
Very, very, very insulting. I'm putting it to you. You are PhD. So tí ọba jara oko. Tí ọba jara oko yẹn ní kó máa láàkì mọ́ra. Ṣé tí yóò bá kàwé?
Tọ́wọ́n bá ti kàwé yẹn wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ láwùjọ gbogbo nǹkan náà máa fi ń ṣe level ló ṣe wo ni ká gbélé.
Ó sọ fún Wos I'm putting it to you. Ó sì gan ní sùúrù. I'm putting it to you.
Jesus man.
Ignorant, actually. That person is ignorant. And there are a lot of them like that, thinking that way. A lot of them, they don't see what the man did wrong. And that is because they believe it can happen to their children. That's the mistake they make.
What it is ni pé ṣẹ́rí ìlú tá ti wá. Ọlọ́run nìkan ẹ wò Jésù nìkan ló lè jọba ìlú yẹn tó lè win. Òun nìkan ni because Jésù gan ọmọ yóò bí pé orí ọ̀fẹ́ kan ló máa rí gbà. Bóyá kò tiẹ̀ máa pa wọ́n ìṣó tó máa sọ fún wọn pé go and rest in the Lord.
Ṣàngó ló lè jọba tó bá jọ ara máa strike.
Torí ibi iṣẹ́ ni àwa wà so that we can cover the back. Cover. Ẹ ṣe everybody tó ti sọ̀rọ̀ látẹ̀kọ́. Ẹ ṣe I appreciate you and I appreciate your knowledge. Ruthless Ruth. I give you a kudos. A lot of kudos. Thank God you are in the line. It's like we are on the same line, on the same medical, on the same field. And thank God, I don't know where you're living, but I live in America. I guess you are living in America too. With all said and heard from you, I really appreciate the aspect you came in through. But this aspect I want to come in through is a little bit different, which is Nigerian aspect. We are all Nigerians, and I don't really go to where they are debating about Nigerians, but I see this one. I've never spoken about this issue since that happened. Well, I see this one that I think it's time for me to talk a little bit. I want to mommy, but because I say my own truth straight to your face. I don't hide truth. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn tàbá America or everybody here don't support ntí bàbá yẹn ṣe. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ lọ Google woman kan. Wọ́n pè ní Miss Weems, W-E-E-M-S. Ní Maryland ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ l'America. I think it was 2022 or 2023. The woman was sentenced to 4 years nítorí pé ó pa ọkọ ẹ̀. Kí lọkọ ẹ̀ ṣe? Ọkọ ẹ̀ happened to be an ex-military man. This woman had a daycare. Táwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ kéékèèké wá lójoojúmọ́. The husband, ó máa ń tọwọ́ bọ̀ wọ́n lára, ó máa ń bá wọn sùn, ó máa ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìjọ tí woman yẹn mọ̀, ó ṣe nǹkan méjì, ó wọlé lọ mú bọ́ pamọ́ yẹn straight. Are you getting it? So if you are on this platform and what they said this man did is not even irritating to you. It's not even irritating to you. If you are not getting irritated, I think you don't have human feelings. àwọn èèyàn ti sọ statement kan láti ẹ̀kan pé ṣe lè mọ ọmọ ẹ lọ sọ́dọ̀ orí èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ kó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kó pani mọ́ kíní kan not even ọmọ ẹ alone.
mo tí ò ṣe
ọmọ àgbàlagbà ìfún àgbàlagbà tó ti mature téèyàn kan bá fi by force or by trick tó mú ẹ mọ́lẹ̀ tó o bá máa ṣe jáde gan tó bá fi máa sọ̀kalẹ̀ o ò lè gbádùn ara ẹ̀. yàtọ̀ sí pé pain your mind your heart your spirit we feel guilty and condemned. wípé èèyàn kan violate right ẹ talkless ọmọ tí ò lè sọ pé ẹjọ́ sáà ẹ fi mí lẹ̀ talkless ọmọ tí ò lè struggle pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ kó overcome ẹ. You understand? So many aspects to this case. Ní láìkú wọn nǹkan tó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí tó wá béèrè question wípé ṣé princess ti gbọ́ láti tọ́jú méje kò ṣe kankan. Èmi náà bá béèrè question but nothing that way lèèyàn máa fi béèrè. As you understand, last of the some video several times in that year, but I was like, go come in now. You understand? But when we are discussing things like this here, you don't come here and try to escape the issue and face ordinary statements. We pay Mboni woman yewa látọdún méje tó ṣe wá sọ̀rọ̀ ní 14 years after this and that. But look at this Miss Wims tí mò ń sọ yẹn. Nígbà tó pa ọkọ ẹ̀ tán tọ́jú sí ẹ̀wọ̀n ọdún mẹ́rin pé kí ló ṣe ipò pa ọkọ ẹ̀. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ní court nígbà tó ń dífẹ́ndà rẹ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀ rí pé nǹkan tó ṣe òótọ́ ló lóun ò lè lajú lẹ̀ kí ẹni tó molest àwọn wẹ́wẹ́ kó máa bá òun gbénu ilé. That's one of the statements. Because ẹni tó molest àwọn ọmọ wẹ́wẹ́ ó lè molest àgbàlagbà anytime. àṣẹ kí ni ẹ má yẹ ká tanra wa jẹ ẹ̀mí èṣù ni ẹja fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ. ẹ mọ nǹkan tó ṣe ń jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn kan máa wá try láti máa defend máa yìí òun ni pé ṣe rí society tá a ti grow níbi tí gbogbo àti dàgbà tá a ti wá síbí báyìí ṣe yẹn society yẹn wọn ò rí nǹkan tó bad nínú nǹkan fòbìnrin ṣẹlẹ́yà wọn ò rí nǹkan tó bad. wọn ò rí nǹkan tó bad nínú kí obìnrin ṣubú sínú kòtò wọn máa wò pé kí ni because tẹ bá mọ̀ láyé four fathers wa gbogbo àwọn àjòkò yìí náà ni àwọn bàbá lóhùn tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá land yẹn gan tẹ ẹ bá rántí láyé ìgbà kan nínú ìtàn wọ́n sọ fún wa pé wọ́n fi obìnrin gan bọ orò pé wọ́n fi obìnrin bọ òrìṣà àwọn alágbára kọ̀ọ̀kan ló dìde ló gbà wọ́n lẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ wọn àti pé àwọn alágbára obìnrin náà tó dìde ṣẹ́rí these are dispensation ẹ má yẹ ká máa wọ pé ṣe bọ́mọ kékeré ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ṣe bọ́mọ ẹnìkan ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ìjọ tó lè bá ti ń jà ládùúgbò tó bá yá ó máa délé ẹ̀ ayélujára tó bá yá lọ́jọ́ kan ó máa délé ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ń sìn pé lọ ṣiṣẹ́ kámẹ́rà fún obìnrin yẹn sọ pé o. tó bá tẹ̀lé wọn náà wà ní ó mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń fẹ́ ṣe ò dáa ẹ lọ wò ó psychologically tó o bá ti mọ̀ pé nínú ọkùnrin o fẹ́ ṣìkà tàbí o fẹ́ wà tí ò dáa o máa fast about it ni very quick. You be very quick to do it so that wọn ò ní mọ̀ tó bá tún fẹ́ mọ̀ kan bóyá ikú kọ́ sílẹ̀ bí tó ti mẹ́ràn wàá tún make sure kó sáré clean up. ṣe rí tí ì rí nǹkan kan nínú nǹkan tó ń bọ̀ ní Nigerian justice system torí Nigerians all over now wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ti ń wá exposed di pé kọ́ máa fi kámẹ́rà sí gbogbo ilé. gbogbo justice àti judgement tó wà lamẹ́ríkà lénìí kámẹ́rà ló expose everybody. Because camera is going to evidence tí wọ́n lò ní court recording sí yẹn gangan ní evidence ṣe láì tá a ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ yẹ àwọn tó ti mú bí báyìí tó jẹ́ star tó máa bá ọmọ tí kò gbọ́ràn tí kò lè sọ̀rọ̀ autistic child tó máa bá tí ò lè sọ pé fìmílẹ̀ tó máa bá ní àjọṣepọ̀.
Sherry, there was one case sir tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níbí ẹni yẹn ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá sí UK ni ó kàn bá ọmọ yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ under age ni ọ̀rọ̀ lásán ni wọ́n jìjọ ń sọ.
mo wo tẹ́ ẹ sọ yẹn.
wọ́n gbé ní bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
wọ́n gbé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
yes àwọn wíwọ́n wọ́n sọ wọ́n wá interrogate nonsense lórí social media wọ́n sọ wípé ìjọ wo ni princess ti mọ̀ ipe kìnnìkan daft ìwà àti níjù ní Nàìjíríà kí o máa sọ̀rọ̀ bí ẹni wípé wọn ò ní brain àgbàlagbà tí ìṣọmọdé kẹ máa sọ wípé nítorí pé ó ti rí bákan láti ìgbà kan kò yẹ kó ṣe báyẹn ṣé ẹ̀yin níjọba ni tó bá yẹ pé ibi tí lọ́ọ̀ ti ń work bàbá whatever yín ò tí ì ní jáde mà á ṣe máa serve.
àǹtí ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ fún nìkan Yorùbá ní wèrè ló máa rojọ́ wèrè kan ló máa já.
Exactly.
ṣé ẹ rò pé bá ṣe Nigerian justice system ó wà deplorable tó wà bápọ̀ tó ṣe kí ẹ rò pé àwọn judges wà ń bẹ̀ wọn ò kàwé wọn wà enlightened they are well read well enlightened and very intelligent. ṣe ìpọ́n kan tí wọ́n sì post yẹn táwọn agbẹ́gbẹ́ láàrin ìfẹ́lẹ́ di ọ̀tọ̀ ní bọ́n ṣe é ṣe yẹn but not in the same case that will affect the society. ṣe understand ṣe àwọn pé kí ni kò pọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ wá mọ nǹkan tó bàjẹ́ ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tí ò jẹ́ kí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yìí kó máa ní ìjìyà tó tóbi díẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ò ní pé ṣẹbẹ̀ pé ní apá pàtì ibì kan ní ọ̀dọ̀ wa wọn ò rí ohun tó burú nù kó bọ́mọ ọmọ ọdún méje sùn wọn ò rí ohun tó burú nù kó bọ́mọ ọdún mọ́kànlá sùn.
bọ̀kọ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ní sọ torí pé the west now.
ẹ má jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ west ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà as a country please. Ìgbàgbé west east or whatever culture ni afẹ́ bá lọ yẹn ẹ má jẹ́ ká bá culture lọ ẹ jẹ́ ká bá òfin Nàìjíríà àti gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì Nàìjíríà lọ.
Yes sir.
So understand ṣe rí nítorí ìgbà tí wọn ò bá ti lè fi mú àwọn yẹn dánrin lọ́hùn lápá òkè yẹn.
ẹjọ òfin tẹ sọ́ọ̀sì is it written?
òfin ó wà written o ó wà written tí ò bá wà written wọn ò ní fi dájọ́ bàbá yìí.
ipe wọn lè ṣerú ẹ̀ fún àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké.
no láti fìyà jẹ ẹni tó bá ṣe kúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ òfin wà náà láti fìyà jẹ ẹni tó bá ṣerú ẹ̀ fọmọ kéékèèké ni mò ń sọ.
ìyà tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀.
It's written, it's in the constitution and in the law. So yẹn tó tẹ̀ sí pẹ́ gan bá tó bí àwa ìgan ni. But wọn kì í lò ǹjẹ́ mo wáyé. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn àgbàlagbà yẹn ń gbà yẹn náà ni wọ́n ń ṣe nípa àwọn obìnrin.
Alábàṣà gbọ́ òfò.
So yẹn àwọn náà làṣírí wọn tún lu ìbò tá à ń rí yẹn. Àwọn làṣírí wọn náà tún Nàìjíríà tá à ń rí yẹn. Ṣé a rí ẹni àtọ̀tọ̀ bá ti lè control apá òkè yẹn pẹ̀lú òfin yẹn? Wọn ò ní fẹ́ fi ìdí òfin yẹn máa múlẹ̀ ní every angle of Nigeria. Ṣé yẹn ibi tó fi tẹ́ka backward nìyẹn. Ok ẹ wò gba tọrọ bàbá oní organ harvester tó fẹ́ gba kidney fọmọ ẹ̀ kan kìnnìkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣé bí ẹ mọ̀ ìfọ́tọ́ wájú Nàìjíríà ni ẹ̀rù kan máa rí justice fọmọ yẹn ni. Bóyá ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ tí mo sọ ẹ ti rántí.
wọ́n tọ́ sọmọ kí mo ní ìwà ìta pé ó wá ṣe ó kéde.
ọmọ bàbá Ìgbò ìkan nínú àwọn mínísítà wọn.
nígbà mo lọ sí abroad.
tó wáyé bí a ṣe ṣe ní
àti tó wá
padà empty and
ìlú òyìnbó London yẹn náà ló ń gbé lọ táṣìírí fi tuntun wẹ̀ ṣe tó bá jẹ́ Nàìjíríà náà ti rí kinní yẹn ṣe ní àlè gbọ́ pé ọmọ yẹn á kú gbé.
ẹ ti ẹ mọ bó ṣe manipulate.
ṣé ẹ rí àwọn bàbá tẹ̀ ń wo olówó ńláńlá yẹn olórúkọ ńláńlá yẹn it has been their habit.
Very dirty.
àṣírí yóò tú síta gbangba ni. ṣé wàá rí ìṣẹ́ tí ó bá dé pé ẹ̀rà tí wọ́n yẹn ló máa dé pé ẹ̀rà tiwa yìí la máa fìdí òfin yìí múlẹ̀ because àwa ti ń wò pé wọ́n ti ń ṣe báyìí níbi báyìí ó dẹ̀ ká náà mú dáadé tó dáa ọ̀rọ̀ ọkùnrin bọ́kùnrin sùn Nàìjíríà nǹkan ṣọ́ọ́rẹ́ nìkan kan mú láti ọjọ́ tó ti gbófin yẹn lẹ̀.
Because they are all into it, sir.
Because they are into it. Most of them are doing it, sir.
Ṣé o understand? They are into it. Wọ́n lé rẹ́nì kan mú báyìí kí wọ́n fi jófin.
Mọ ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀.
Ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹni tó ń pariwo náà sọ̀rọ̀ ìgbà ẹ̀ ní pé wọ́n rí òun mú láti fi jófin. Ẹ wá jẹ́ kí mi sọ̀rọ̀ síbi music ẹ̀yàn mi ò gbọ́ orin ẹ̀yàn o. Mi ò gbọ́ o. Mo rí
ó kọ́ pé wọ́n ní kó wá jẹ́ ẹ̀fọ́ ló kọ́ òun sí kiri òun ò ṣe nǹkan tó lóun ṣe wọ́n parọ́ mọ́ òun ṣùgbọ́n tí ò bá ṣe fóun lọ.
I mean, he's a shameless man. Tó yẹ kó máa kọrin, tó yẹ kó ìdájú. Ẹni tó yẹ kó dákẹ́ tí ò yẹ kó gbóhùn.
Shameless country.
Mo rí free.
You know the way you're saying shameless.
Isn't it shameless? Is it?
It's not the man now, it's the country.
He doesn't know the meaning of ex-convict.
Wọ́n encourage ẹ̀ ní pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe ẹ̀ wà right. Nobody really stupidly in the market.
Kọ́ máa ṣe nonsense yẹn nílùú yìí. In fact, Nigeria ò lè change.
Àwọn máa change.
Aláṣọjọ ló máa change rẹ̀. Ẹjọ́ náà contribute ẹjọ́.
Ẹ jẹ́ sùúrù púpọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí n láǹdẹ̀.
A fẹ́ contribute ma.
Ẹ má bí wọ́n kábílà.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ sí aspect ibi orin yẹn. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tí Yorùbá wí? Wọ́n ní ajá tó bá lẹ́ni lẹ́yìn á pọ̀ bọ̀. N tó gbé orin yẹn jáde nìyẹn. Bọ̀bọ́ yẹn kọ́ ló kọrin yẹn. I won't lie to you. Wọ́n fẹ́ try láti rebuild image ẹ̀ ẹni sọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n fẹ́ try láti rebuild image ẹ̀ within the society.
And it's going to fail more and more.
And this is somebody ṣé even wọn kò kàn tí ẹ lọ àhámọ́ tí ò kì í ṣe prison yard tó kàn jẹ́ cell tàbí jail àdúgbò right for 1 week tó o bá níbi tí Nàìjíríà tèmi ti wá tá a ní ti dìde tó o bá bọ́ sí gbòòrò padà ò ní sáré yọjú sí gbòòrò. Àṣẹ lọ máa hide ni.
Yomi Fẹ́mi yẹn olóòórùn ni.
Tọ́sí tiẹ̀ mọ́lé ṣe rí confidence.
Best of the same fella ni wọn náà ti máa ṣe kàyẹn ti pẹ́.
Ó ti wà build in wípé báwo rí Yorùbá tó wá ti fi Yorùbá orí bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n máa gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ wọ́n máa ṣe kinní kan wà lè máa continue. Ṣé ọdún sáà but àwọn èèyàn wá fẹ́ràn láti wò wípé bàbá Barrister ó sọ pé téèyàn bá ń kọrin torí iná ò dùn òun fúnra rẹ̀ kí tí ara ẹ̀ gbọ́. Because n tó ń sọ according to mọ́yé sọ pé òun sọ báyìí n tó ń sọ yẹn kò ní mínì sí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí wọ́n ní ó ṣẹ̀. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tán ló ṣẹ̀ ǹjọ́ ti feel remorse? Ǹjọ́ ti feel so bad about it?
It's not.
Ǹjọ́ ti feel like ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi Yorùbá mo disappoint face yín, I'm so sorry. Nǹkan báyìí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ mi ò láwíjàre o, mo ti ń jìyà mi. So at the end of the day,
very remorseful.
At the end of the day, tó bá tẹ̀ máa ṣe orí ọ̀tọ̀ ní àwọn èèyàn tí ó máa wá tó máa wá bá sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ máa ti bẹ́ẹ̀ tí orí tó máa gbé jáde gan pé ṣé kò ní kó bá society. Èmi ò mọ nǹkan táwọn tán náà fi màn àbí kí náà ń pera wọn tán ń gbórin jáde tán ń gbé fídíò jáde. Mi ì mọ nǹkan tí wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ó kò ṣe pé rẹ́kọ̀dù ó kàn flash ẹ̀ lórí social media ní kò lè wax ẹ̀.
And he's a useless man.
I don't know. So, but the point is, ṣẹ́rí àwọn èèyàn ẹ má jẹ́ ká máa wá sórí platform ká máa defend ohun tí ò dá nítorí èdè kan torí àwọn ọmọ wa lọ́yẹ̀
bá má drop màmá ẹ̀kọ́ yẹn mo fẹ́ wá.
Nígbà tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ pé àwọn èèyàn kan máa wá sórí platform wá ti wá sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tó jẹ́ pé Nigerian map fún rẹ̀ ti dorí kodò. Nigeria is dorí kodò. What is wrong is what is right now in Nigeria. That is what I want you people to know. There's nothing right in Nigeria again. Nobody wants to follow the right way again. No, Nigeria, ọ̀rọ̀ tí nǹkan táwọn èèyàn fẹ́
conclude for 1 minute. Ní pé ṣé wá rí solution sí kìíní kì í ṣe court nìkan tàbí arrest tàbí nǹkan kan. Ṣé solution ó wà lọ́wọ́ àwa parents from now. Ní Nàìjíríà,
thank you.
Nígbà táwa wà ní kékeré, èmo láwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n obìnrin méjì wájú, èmi wá jẹ́ kẹta, òjòkùn dẹ̀rẹ̀ ọkùnrin tẹ̀lé mi. Gbogbo wa yàrá méjì, yàrá mẹ́ta ni wọ́n manage fún gbogbo wa. Ẹ sọ fún àwa tá a jẹ́ parents, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká make sure wípé ibi tá à ń gbé gbà wá. Ẹ jẹ́ ká make sure pé ibi tá à ń gbé gbà wá. Yes, we lost our mom at early age, but gbogbo wa yẹn dájú wa kàn kó wa káàkiri ni. Ìgbà táwa dé base wa, tọ́nà wa ṣàánú, tọ́nà wa kọ́lé. Gàbá fún gbogbo wa ní yàrá kọ̀ọ̀kan. But èmi gbà yẹn mo kéré ṣe ọdún sáà mo wá wà ní ẹ̀rù máa ń bà mí ò lè dá sùn máa ń lọ sùn ti sìsá mi. Èmi ò kúkú mọ̀ pé ẹ̀gbọ́n wọ́n bá rí pé àjọ sùn èmi ò dẹ̀mọ̀ kóbìnrin máa ń ṣe nǹkan kan tó ń pè ní menstruation àbí kíní kan. The day tí sìsá mi dìde lórí bed báyìí tí aṣọ òbú rẹ̀ stain blood báyìí ní kí ni mo sọ? Mo ní òwúrí rẹ̀ torí a máa ń jà sí kí n pè wọ́n láǹtì. Èmi á ní ara òjò mi lọ a máa ń jà sí kíní yẹn. Ó yẹ kí wọ́n ní òwúrí rẹ̀ ó tó tọ̀ lélẹ́yìn. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló tó tọ̀. Can you imagine? Ṣé rí ibi tí mo ti sọ statement yẹn báyìí tí bàbá mi gbọ́ ní living room? Ó ní wọ́n kí ló sọ bá mi? Ẹ mọ ilé bàbá yìí wọ́n dá mi kúnlẹ̀ ni. Wọ́n ní kí ló sọ? Wọ́n á fẹ́ sọ. Wọ́n ní ti bá tún gbọ́ lẹ́nu ẹ. Ọba sáré pe sítámì yẹn. Ìyẹn náà ò dẹ̀ mọ bó ṣe jẹ́ ìṣẹ́ mọ̀ kó tó lè tún máa kọ́ ó kàn wá pẹ̀lú pain yẹn náà wá. Náà bá ní Ọlọ́run ṣe wo ti dóbìnrin bóyá ìwọ kúrò níbà ọba sáré lọ treat sítámì. Wọ́n lọ kọ́ ní nǹkan tó máa ṣe. Ṣé o dé sá? Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ kí ní kan pé alẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn ni bàbá yẹn ló ya èmi àti sísá yẹn ló yàrá. Alẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn lọ fún mi ní yàrá ọ̀tọ̀ pé mi ì gbọ́dọ̀ máa wọ yàrá ẹ̀ mọ́ títí tó fi wá dàgbà tó fi báàrì tó lọ lé ọkọ honestly. Ṣé rí iṣẹ́ wà láwọn àwọn òbí láti jẹ́ kọ́ mọ àwọn ọmọ ọkùnrin wa àti ọmọ obìnrin wa kọ́ mọ ìyàtọ̀ láàárín development stages wa. Mo experience something similar to that nígbà tí mo marry. So yẹn ní tẹ̀mọ̀ àti bímọ àwọn ọmọ wa ń grow kò sí nǹkan kan tó ní òsì mi. Àti wá dé Amẹ́ríkà ọmọ mi obìnrin tó dàgbà jù ó ti wá lọ́yọ̀ láyà ó ti wà bíi 12-13. Mo kàn dé láti school èmi wà nílé ó kàn wá hug mi ní. Ṣé rí nígbà mẹ́rin ṣe rí tí ó ṣe hug mi yẹn tó fi ọyàn press mi mọ́ra báyìí. Ọmọ ẹni stop that go back get inside. Ó sáré bá ẹ̀gbọ́n àwọn pé kí ló so wà important pa nípa mi ìfẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ mo ṣáà jẹ́ kán sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan lọ nígbà tó wá ṣáálé àwọn ẹ̀rọ wa ní ọmọ yẹn ti wà ní èjì tó bá máa ní ó máa fi mi kí n má jẹ́ kó máa hold mi mọ́ra bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mọ́.
Èmi ò ṣe bí father and daughter.
Èmi ò nǹkan tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé o ti sàn kílẹ̀ ní wà ní sà. Rárá o bí father and daughter wà father and daughter tó ń bọ̀
fún yín lálẹ́ father and daughter tó ń bá àwọn ìbejì ẹ̀sìn.
Bí father and daughter ó wà dáadáa máa dá.
Mo sọ fún yín pé Nàìjíríà ti bàjẹ́ ayé ti
bàbá tó kó gégédé wọn dànù.
Irú àwọn èèyàn tó ń
ṣe yẹ kí àwọn èèyàn tó wà kó máa support bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà fún anything. A lot of things is happening in that country. A lot, 80% of women in that country has been molested láti kékeré, especially those people that they are single.
Ọkùnrin tẹ̀ ń wò yẹn náà, ignorantly.
Ọkùnrin mélòó ló lè bọ́ síta ipò wò tí finger ọmọ 14 years rí láyé o. Ọkùnrin mélòó èmi sọ fún yín pé 80% ọkùnrin gbogbo àwọn ọkùnrin. Ní ìṣe pé ọmọ mi máa ti di virgin ní obìnrin ẹgbẹ́ mi wà ní secondary school. Lagos State ìkànnù kọ́kọ́ gbogbo àwọn tó wà lóko ìgbẹ̀gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ náà gbogbo àwọn tó wà lóko ìwúrọ̀ ti bàjẹ́. Nàìjíríà ti bàjẹ́ pẹ́pẹ́.
Ẹ jẹ́ nǹkan drop bẹ́ẹ̀ torí àwọn tó yìí fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ gbogbo nìyẹn. Mo fẹ́ káwa òkú ṣe sàkáàdé ìṣòro bí àtẹ̀jáde separation closeness àwọn ọmọ wa ọkùnrin àti obìnrin káde máa mọ káwọn ọmọbìnrin wa tán wọn náà rìn sí.
Káde máa bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ ká máa bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀.
Ọkọ ọ̀rọ̀ náà lálẹ́ fi ṣẹ́gun ẹ ṣe.
Ẹjọ́ nǹkan tẹ́mi kan máa sọ ní pé àwọn òbí ìyá mi máa ń sọ statement kan fún wa especially àwọn obìnrin wípé ọmọ tó bá lè tọ́ má bí o. Ṣẹ́tí àwọn obìnrin a ní nǹkan ṣe pàtàkì gan lórí ọmọ. Ṣẹ́tí àwọn ọmọ tá a máa ń fi sílẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọkọ tá a máa sọ pé ókè o òun àti bàbá ò fẹ́ ra mọ́ a fi ọmọ sílẹ̀ especially ọmọ obìnrin. A lot of things ló máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ tá a máa sọ pé ókè o lọ gbé lọ́dọ̀ àǹtí mi lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Irú ọmọ tó lọ gbé lọ́dọ̀ princess kò ń ṣe ọmọ ẹ̀ ó lọ gbé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni a lot of things will happen to them. Ọmọ mi gan tó ń fi sílẹ̀ fún àbúrò ẹ̀ ọkùnrin tẹ́bá yọ pé ti àwọn a lot of people tó jẹ́ pé uncle wọn ló disvirgin wọn at earlier stage ẹ máa fọmọ obìnrin sílẹ̀ pẹ̀lú uncle. So majority a lot of things is happening in that country tó yẹ pé wọn ò rí àwọn èèyàn jà fún wọn tí princess kan wáyé nítorí pé wọ́n jẹ́.
She's an influential person or she's a celebrity.
Jẹ́ a lot of things tó ti ń gbé wá sí court tó jẹ́ pé rú ẹ̀. Nítorí pé ó jẹ́.
The network is bad, ma. Next person, Eyekelu mi sọ̀rọ̀. Network here.
Nigeria.
Ṣé Nàìjíríà kọ̀?
Yes, ẹ kálẹ̀ láti Nigeria. So I need to talk on two things. Two things actually. When this princess saga came on, it was a trigger for me because I would say I can comfortably say I've been in that girl's shoe. That's the adopted daughter because I believe the girl is not princess' biological child.
Yes, she's adopted.
She's adopted. So I've been in that shoe, but I was patiently waiting to see how it ends, and I am extremely disappointed. You know, when people around you talk about it and they are making content out of it, it is extremely painful and disappointing. As a female, as a mother, and I've been a child who have been abused. Do you understand? It is extremely painful and disappointing. It is more disappointing when you know that more than 90% of men are not like that. But the remaining percent of men that are like that, the other 90 tend to want to cover them up, which is wrong for this country. The problem with Nigeria is simple. It is a problem. And that is what is killing. You see, Mama Toso Olenkoye, she's more than 80% of the elderly ones that we have. And in Koteba Konwomo, no man believe in is the right thing. I followed Yabo, she's not someone I really like that, but when this thing happened, I tend to like her because it takes a strong woman to face and face people. Do you understand?
She has already gone through that kind of thing before. That's what I understand.
She did not want to, and there's no mother kò sí abiyamọ kankan tí irú ẹ̀ máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tó bá bí ọmọbìnrin o àbí bí ọmọkùnrin o. The fact that you have given birth and you hear something like that, á ní kankan tó máa ṣe sí ẹ lára. Just hearing the way people talk about it, and it's like, wọ́n parọ́ ọmọ ni, wọ́n set ẹ̀ up ni, wọ́n ní tẹ́ bá gbé omi sílẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ pé ológbò máa mú. Tẹ́ bá gbé ẹja sílẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ tẹ́ ní pé ológbò tẹ́ gbómi fún yẹn ó máa jẹja. Á bẹ́ sí di ẹja náà because nǹkan tó ń jẹ ni. Do you understand me? Tó bá tiẹ̀ wá set ẹ̀ up lóòótọ́ tó o bá ṣe ò ní ṣe. I've taught in a primary school before, and because of what has happened, I was 4 when I was abused.
Go on, I just need to make myself a cup of tea. So go on, man.
When I was 4, Onsharata who abused me. And because I was 4, I did not understand what happened and what they did and what was done.
Did you say 4 years?
Yes, I was 4 years, man.
Wow.
So, like the earlier speaker said, he said, tẹ́ ẹ bá lágbára láti tọ́ ọmọ, àbí tẹ́ ẹ bá lágbára láti gbalé, don't send your children around. My mother could collect house quite alright, but she was in a marriage with DV. My biological father was doing the domestic violence. So because she had children, I and my brother, she did not want me to witness that Boko Sheman Sheniu, Habibi Baba Sheman Sheniu. She needed to send me to her younger sister. Younger sister, they bawo pe o ma fi mi si school. She did not put me in school. The normal thing you would have told my mom is, but they send Omoyiwa school or she could not go into school or anything like that. They locked me up in the house with her husband's younger brother. But the only thing I remembered very well was he went to spread clothes downstairs and he called me to bring the peg downstairs for him. And that was the last thing I remember was he gripped me, tried choking me so I couldn't shout. And the next minute, I did not remember what happened, but I remember very well that after that day, because that area, bad gone by it. So every night, they've gone to all to work. As a child, I did not know what happened, but I knew that every night, Tiko Basina or the people are sleeping, he was always doing what he did that day to me.
Oh no! Yeah.
Every night.
Is he still alive?
I'm heading somewhere. Every night. My mom's
age 4.
I was
Lord.
You understand me? I was for every night. The only time I felt peace was when he goes to school, because he was in university then. When he goes to school, that is my holiday. When I became 12, then there was the biology class or something, so one class that was teaching about menstruation and everything, and I realized if this thing continues, there's a possibility I will get pregnant for this man. The question now that somebody asks is that kilo dating but the princess is she take action immediately.
It's not easy even.
It's not. There was nobody I could trust to tell, because someone feeling comfortable to do it from 4 to 12, there was something going on. There were threats. If you tell anybody, you will die. Look at this thing. They were ritualists and they were doing all those stuff. But if you tell anybody, question to Mama and Barry fell down. Do you understand? So the moment I was already getting more matured. He came back from school. I was 12 then, like I said. I have started menstruating. And he was going to do, they say a pedophile comes back. Swear to tell you how comfortable they are in lying. But what I did when he came, he came to me and I used the kitchen knife, because I was in the kitchen, I was cooking then, and I used the kitchen knife on him. That touch me, I will stab you because I do not want to get pregnant for you. That was what I did. Until I don't know what happened, then he had to move. You're not a bachelor, move to your house, blah, blah, blah. And then that happened and it left. Then this my auntie I stayed with. The reason why I was staying with you was I enrolled in law school. My mother did not know. Mom see me in law school. So when she eventually called me and said, university for university also that was when I now voiced out and said, so do you know what she did after I told her what happened? There's that denial stage. She denied. She was like, oh, her husband, brother cannot do this, blah, blah, blah. I said, this guy did this to me. I called my grandmother. So everybody had to know. Because if you are defending this thing, then there's something wrong with you. So when Gina said, can you prove? I said, Princess needed to be sure. She needed evidence that this really happened. Can you people hear me?
Clearly.
Yes. I'm listening. So I told them that they should tell him to take off his shirt, that I did something. That was when, he had want to that was when, as I told them to check that there is a mark. That was when I said, do you know what the elderly people did? Even my grandmother was there. She said, woman shell for more being back here. The society encourages, they try to cover it, they try to make you move away and sweep it under the carpet. They do not want to be related to something like that, so they lie to themselves. They deny it mentally. But anything so that Princess when Yabojo released the video, only one thing you won't fall into the trap. Who is in the house with you? Money nobody. Who the Niko said who the are you insane or something? Are you crazy? No, there's something wrong with Eshuni. He's not okay. Let's stop. And you see that excuse you're already encouraging. That is why he himself does not believe that what he did is wrong. And what film industry, when I went back here, the fact that you people are already helping him to deny the thing, you are not looking for, let us even check and see how true it is. Let us call this child that show, oh God. Did you investigate before you said defending him? That is why he will go into that prison and come out, because he knows some set of people will defend him. And it's one I heard recently that his wife gave birth to a female child and he molested the child. No, you see? No. They were saying it. You see? Oh, sorry. I said, are you people okay? If they said he did something like this, are you not supposed to stay away and say, oh, he has done it? Have you shared me one power for me? They said we should remove Helen. What did she do? No, don't remove her. She's the victim. She's trying to tell us our experience, please. But they said they should remove her, that she violated. Let her come up again. I'm not careful of what she says. Okay. Auntie Ali, because I use WhatsApp, I want to believe. So, but I'll switch to Yoruba. Okay. But they said you were doing something that was against Kiri.
Kẹ̀rí àwọn tọ́lọ́ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fáwọn dọ́ta wọn ní ìdí mẹ́ta damage would have happened before karma comes. A lot of damage, and when you say, oh, it is spiritual, all those things are
bẹ́ẹ̀ káyọ̀lá látọ̀ ohun nǹkan kan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sọmọ mi náà.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ẹni tó bọ́ta tó wá ń kọrin, there was throughout that saga that time, he was never remorseful.
And because now we know that a lot of Nigerians are behind you.
Yeah, that was why.
Women are behind you.
Yes, now.
Yes.
That's why I said Nigeria is upside down.
No. All wrong now. All
Nigeria is
wrong.
upside down.
No, all wrong. And it is painful because it is still going to continue to happen. Tí àwọn obìnrin fúnra wa bá wá encourage irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀. Tí àgbàlagbà obìnrin bá ní pé wọ́n ń ṣerú ẹ̀, ayé ń ṣerú ẹ̀, ayé bàbá wa àwọn ọmọ 44 wọ́n marry, àwọn ọmọ kìíní wọ́n marry. My own mother-in-law said that the best age to get married is the age of 14. I'm like, number 14 more. Mama, number 14 more.
Imagine.
Àwọn náà wà naive ni kò ṣẹjọ wọn.
I don't think it's naivety. I think it's just wickedness.
Wickedness, my son.
Just wickedness. I mean, you're wicked.
Wickedness.
When we are
And I
going
believe
on
the
sanity,
wickedness stems from Oceanesime. So what's so new about it? Ó yẹ kọ́mọ yẹn fara gbà náà. Kó tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí kò yẹ kẹ́ gbàdúrà kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sẹ́lòmíì.
You get. Nígbà tí ẹni tó ti ń jẹ́ grandma at the age of 30 years tó ti ń jẹ́ grandma. So kí lẹ fẹ́ expect kí ẹni rú ẹni yẹn kí lẹ advice kí expect láti rú ẹni tó ti jẹ́ grandma at the age of 30 years.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Nigeria is upside down.
And
Very, and it's getting worse.
No.
I don't think it's Nigeria. I think it's the people.
No.
People need to be a bit orientated to things.
We are the people.
I expose the
Wọ́n bá wà nú ẹ̀ ni.
Tẹ́mi bá tọ́ ọmọ tèmi tó mọ difference from left and right. Tẹ́mi bá ní pé left yẹn gangan ni right nǹkan.
Cherry gbogbo kìíní yìí family problem ni family breakdown ni Cherry gbàtà wà ń grow up tó bá di 6 o'clock a máa ṣe morning prayer a máa pray a máa fọ ọ̀rọ̀ wa lọ́lọ́run lọ́wọ́ ọ máa fi ọ̀rọ̀ bíbélì a máa fi gbàrà wọn níyànjú tó bá di Friday kó o gbogbo compulsory ní iṣẹ́ òru ni tá a bá Sunday báyìí ọtí tá a bá dé la máa tó jẹun discipline wà gbà yẹn bóyá torí pé àwọn àgbà mi my mid 50 nígbà yẹn discipline wà sanity wà wípé ọmọ tó bá bí ni kò ní provision inú yàrá kan tí wọ́n lọ bá wa sí inú yàrá kan ló bá wa sí.
ní ọdún yẹn náà lọ́hùn àwọn tó ń ṣe sà.
bó ti
Ṣe sá wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ tọ́ ni.
Ìgbà yẹn gan ni wọ́n ká ìwé ìwé
Wọ́n ṣe tèmi pásítọ̀ mọ́mí pásítọ̀ dáàdì ní gbogbo wọn.
ní gbogbo kìíní
Pásítọ̀.
kejì yìí advent
Pásítọ̀ mọ́mí pásítọ̀ dáàdì they are still pastors to now.
when we are growing morality
And they are yet to apologize to me to now.
ṣé ẹ rí kíní yẹn ẹ̀mí ni tó bá ti kó sí wọn nínú wọn lè filẹ̀.
torí that is why
Ẹni tí wọ́n ṣe pásítọ̀ ní nísìnyí
yẹn náà kọ́ tó lè fọ́ tó bá ti fọ̀rọ̀ náà
many atrocities ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú church.
tó bá ti fi ọ̀rọ̀ náà kọ́ àwọn ọmọ they will not deviate.
Nígbà tí mo sọ pé
àìmọye ọmọ pásítọ̀ táwọn àmọ́ ọ̀gbọ́n pàápàá tó ń ṣe nígbà tá à ń lò ọ̀ àìmọye ọmọ pásítọ̀ lẹ́gbàá tó kọ́kọ́ lọ́wọ́
Ọ̀yẹ́ ni mo ṣe fún mi pásítọ̀ ní sẹ́.
ó yàrá.
bóyá
tó ní kó tún jẹ́ pásítọ̀ gan-an ṣe lọ fi wọ́n tì í pé á fi bẹ̀rù ọ̀nà láti bẹ̀.
mo rántí ìgbà kan tí mo fẹ́ wọ yunifásitì ẹ̀mọ́kọ́ tí mo dẹ̀ jẹ́ leader cell ẹ̀mọ́kọ́ tí ẹni tó jẹ́ bíi mentor mi sọ fún mi ó ní Láńre báwo ló ṣe máa lè kọ́ńkà àgbèrè láàrin àwọn obìnrin ó ní tó bá ti rí ẹni lady kó picture ojú àbúrò ẹ̀ obìnrin kó picture ẹ̀ lórí ẹ̀ so tí n bá ti rí ẹni woman ojú àbúrò mi ni máa wò lórí ẹ̀ so ara mi ò tiẹ̀ ní máìdì mi ò tiẹ̀ ní lọ sí gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀.
ní discipline tó dáa ni wọ́n lọ́jọ́ yín dáadáa ni.
bóyá torí pé nísìnyí a lot of distraction advent of internet ó ti jẹ́ kí morality di because nígbà yẹn táwọn secondary school ló ṣe gbogbo ìrìn.
internet gan ló expose wọn.
Yes ma.
òun ló expose wọn. Because many things ṣẹlẹ̀ ní time wa ń gbọ́ so many things happen during that time too. Àwọn
ibi dáyìn gbé iṣẹ́ ibi náà gbé dàgbà.
That we are not hearing about.
ṣe gbọ́ sà ibi tẹ́yìn gbé òun ló jẹ́ kẹ́yìn fíìl bẹ́ẹ̀.
no ẹ sọ pé family tẹ ti dàgbà ó jẹ́ bí.
kọ́ tí mo sọ fún ọ nìyẹn family yẹn lè jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ọdún yẹn náà lọ́hùn tẹ́ ẹ sọ pé mid-50s yìí lẹ́yìn ọdún yẹn náà lọ́hùn àwọn òbí mélòó ló jókòó sílé káwọn mójútó wọn. kálukú ọmọ lọ skul ọmọ lọ bíṣẹ́ bàbá gba bíṣẹ́ lọ ìyá gba bíṣẹ́ lọ nìyà alẹ́ everybody máa pàdé nílé wọ́n á ti fọ́ lówó oúnjẹ ọ̀sán.
ẹ mọ bá a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn parents wa fún ìgbà yẹn ni bí ọlọ́run.
That's what I'm saying. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí ohun tí ò jẹ́ káwa ṣe náà ni pé.
ó fẹ́ dàbí question tó béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi pé why didn't you say anything? mo ní ta ni mo fẹ́ sọ fún.
sọ fún.
would they believe you? And they are back home at 10 in the
wọ́n ti ẹ̀ máa gbá yín lẹ́nu ni pé stop kí sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ sábàlábà máa parọ́ ìwọ náà máa sọ pé parọ́ wọ́n ní yóò parọ́ kíní kan.
bí mo ṣe dàgbà tó náà wọ́n sì rí pé mò ń parọ́. ìyẹn náà kọ́ Atúndéjì Ayélálá tí gbogbo wọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa fa Ayélálá
pásítọ̀ Ayélálá.
gbárí.
àṣẹrà Ayélálá bá lọ fake.
Ayélálá normal day ni Ayélálá ní
rẹ̀.
àǹtí tọ́nà ò lọ ọ̀dọ̀ Ayélálá yìí ṣe rí Ayélálá kọ́lẹ̀ lọ ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ wọ́n fi yẹn tún jẹ ní.
ọkọ̀ fi jíṣẹ́
ẹ bá lọ wájú ọ̀rìjínà Ayélálá kò lè kó bẹ́ẹ̀.
wọ́n máa pọ̀ mi sí ní.
ní ọ̀rìjínà kò lè kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ mà.
ọkọ̀ fi.
ṣé Ayélálá within 3 days ó máa wú kù ni. ọmọ kálẹ̀ ní sọ́mùmọ̀ ó tún parọ́ within 3 days ó máa wú kù ni.
èmi tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ gan Èkìtì ni mí mo mọ ọwọ́ ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé má dán wò ní.
Èkìtì ni wọ́n.
ẹ bá bàdún mi jẹ́ ọjọ́ o.
Yeah, despite them, it's from the core.
Sister Ayélálá tẹ̀ ń sọ iṣẹ́ mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa ń da nǹkan téèyàn ò ṣe gan wọ́n lè dá sórí victim ṣe mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ according to gbogbo
àwọn. a ní mo tiẹ̀ gbọ́dà torí mo mọ̀ pé mo ní máàkì lára ẹ̀ tọ́lẹ̀ mo ní that's my proof. So bàtọ́ ní pé princess why did she wait? She needed a proof.
Excuse me ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣé mo lè sọ̀rọ̀ ń sìn ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá máa. ṣé rí tí princess tẹ̀ ń sọ yẹn ẹ mọ nǹkan tó tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ jọ mí lójú tí mo wò pé Nàìjíríà ò lè change ẹ mọ̀ pé mo sọ statement ẹ̀. ẹ má bínú ṣé rí part of the world sáwà wà yìí the fact pé ohun tiẹ̀ wọ́n kọ́kọ́ rí ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ọmọ kékeré lásán ó ti wà ní trouble. ṣé mo most of àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà tó wá máa jẹ́ pé wọ́n wá school abroad táwọn idiot yẹn tó ṣe ṣe àwọn oríṣiríṣi atrocities yẹn tó wá tún lọ sí school wọ́n á máa monitor bí kíkọ́ wọ́n máa tẹ̀lé àwọn ọmọ kékeré káàkiri most of them no expose online yẹn mo ṣe sọ pé ní time ìgbà tẹ̀ ń sọ yẹn láyé ti ìgbà tá a young yẹn sà Mr. Larry ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ ni pé gbogbo ìgbà yẹn íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì ò ṣe nǹkan tó ti expose báyìí tó ṣe expose wọn ṣé wàá rí going back to princess báwo lè ṣe máa worú fídíò ọmọ yẹn kó tún wá máa sọ tún ṣe rí nígbà tí mo kọ ṣe mọ̀ pé when that story came out I was like okay we were just hearing ìgbà tí mo rí fídíò yẹn orí mi kankan ṣe gbàngbàm but when I start hearing people tó wá attack Ìyábọ̀ Òjó I was like are they mad Ìyábọ̀ ṣe mọ̀ nǹkan tó fi ká Ìyábọ̀ lára and that's why I admire that lady òun gan ti jẹ́ victim the same victim of such thing ṣe rí most obìnrin ní Nàìjíríà one way or the other ẹ mọ̀ pé sexual kìíní wà sorry I'm so sorry I use that word because kò yẹ kí n sọ and again molestation is something that is normal most is a thing tó jẹ́ pé most tẹ́ bá kó 100% obìnrin sílẹ̀ 99% go through molestation.
especially àwọn àtàgbé sàlẹ̀ kó nílé agboolé.
ẹ má jẹ ìyẹn òun ṣe pé ká mi mo báwo ni mo ṣe lè sọ títí ìbára nílòpọ̀ yẹn tẹ́mi ò fi ní violate gbogbo nǹkan tí àbí can I use that word mo believe pé mi ò ní right àti lò.
ìfagídí bá nílò.
ìfagídí bá nílò pọ̀ ok ṣé mo pé àwọn ẹlòmíì bìlì pé téèyàn bá fagídí báyọ̀ lò pọ̀ nìkan ni wọ́n ń pè ní ènìyàn fi lè commit crime not knowing that wípé bẹ́ẹ̀ ò tẹ fọwọ́ kan mọ́ ní nǹkan tí ò yẹ kó o ṣe fọ́mọ kékeré láti fọwọ́ kan ọ̀ tẹ̀ láàyè ó máa ń tẹ̀ do you see that video báwo lẹ ṣe máa rí irú fídíò yẹn kó wá máa sọ the other side wípé kò yẹ kí wọ́n set up oh my God I was somehow pé and àwọn èèyàn tó tún wá jókòó tí wọ́n bímọ sílé tí wọ́n lọ́mọ nínú ilé tí wọ́n tún support tí wọ́n ń ṣe ṣòlè lórí ibẹ̀ mo ti mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ti tán you understand because kò lè jẹ́ ibi báyìí irú máà tó jáde wọ́n máa wà nínú kí lórúkọ ẹ̀ kíní àwọn agídí ìbáraẹnilòpọ̀ I don't know how to say it ó ti máa ní rẹ́kọ̀dì ẹ̀ wọ́n á dẹ̀ máa tẹ̀lé kiri ni even nǹkan ibi tó bá ń dùn.
wọ́n ti fòun náà síbẹ̀ o.
ẹ wá wò ó
yọ̀bí tó ti sí o.
ẹ mọ̀ kan ṣe é pé anybody any offender bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn níbí báyìí wọ́n máa notify gbogbo àwọn tó bá ń gbébì kan wọ́n á notify gbogbo àwọn tó wà lérí àyẹ̀ láti jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé èèyàn báyìí ló jẹ́ sódà kí wọ́n á máa ṣọ́ Nàìjíríà mi mọ nǹkan tẹ́ ló ṣe ṣọ́ṣẹ́ kọrin kan jáde àbí nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ láti.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni o
ẹjọ́ it's because wọ́n fàyè gbà ni ṣé mo rí pé wọ́n tún bully that lady princess gan gbé Nàìjíríà mọ́ because of all this bullying up and down ẹ wá ní Nàìjíríà máa change ẹ wo this beautiful lady tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ látàárọ̀ ẹni tó mọ̀ọ̀yàn most of the time ní Nàìjíríà òun ló ń ṣèyàn jù àwọn tó súnmọ̀ọ̀yàn ó lè jẹ́ uncle ó lè jẹ́ sister brother àdúgbò àǹtí àdúgbò ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan sọ statement kan fún mi ó ní nígbà tá à ń sọ akọ̀ǹjìs kìíní generally ó ní òun rántí ìgbà tóun kéré wọ́n máa gbóhùn sórí ẹsẹ̀ ni ẹni tóun mọ̀ bàbá lágbájá a máa fi kìíní ẹ̀ ajá a máa ní kó máa fi ṣeré you know a lot of things are happening and this is a big awareness to most women especially even men you know and again ká máa bá àwọn ọmọ wa sọ̀rọ̀ because ìgbà míì máa ń wà wọ́n máa ṣẹmọ ẹni tó ń go through that wọ́n á ti kó wọn láyà jẹ débi pé wọn ò ní lè sọ fún àwọn family ẹ̀ kò ní lè sọ fún ìyá ẹ̀ all mothers we should have that you know we need to talk to them tell me anything even if I'm angry let me know let me know mo rántí ìgbà kan tèmi náà gba èèyàn kan sí ilé wọn stupid idiots báyìí láti Nigeria student ó dẹ̀ wà oníyàrá ó fẹ́ máa tẹ́ kò mọ̀ yí pé ọmọ tèmi tẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ bíbá they are well outspoken ó fẹ́ máa ó wá ń try láti kiss ọmọ mi nínú ilé mi ìjọ yẹn gangan ni mo lè jáde that same day ló kúrò nílé you know so many things are happening if I'm not talking to my daughter it might have warned her to groom her and grooming yẹn dẹ̀ common nínú church ní everywhere. They will groom your child. Some even say that your mother is not. Don't tell her. Why would you talk to my? Even no pastor will come. Could possible no anyway. Some people any little thing it's law report for bad.
To your pastor.
Pastor, imagine saying pastor. Tó bá lè bá ọmọ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ nílé then keep sure. You know. Àmọye nǹkan tí mò ń gbọ́ ní UK mo mọ̀ dáadáa tó yẹ pé wọ́n ní pásítọ̀ kan náà tó yẹ pé gbogbo àwọn choir member ẹ wo orú nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà pẹ̀lú pásítọ̀ tó ń mú recently.
Pastor Chris.
Yeah, it's because of wọ́n fún wọn láyé irú Pastor Chris yẹn tó bá jẹ́ pé ibi tó ti ní ibi tí a ní regulation tó right Nàìjíríà kò yẹ kó kí church yẹn ṣì wà wrong.
Just this pastor, this one that we even treated yesterday, what's that guy's name? Agbala Gabriel. Have you not seen our people standing up?
It was so disgusting. Even looking at listening to some people, I was like sick to my soul. What is wrong with these people?
It's sad.
Why?
The pastor can be asking for 2 songs. You and your sister, let me do
it's a lie.
together. Ó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún lady kan nínú wọn tí ìyẹn tó wá sọ̀rọ̀ ó nígbà tó bá mi ṣe tán ó wá ní kóhùn kọrin wọn ní àbúrò òun ní wá ní kò má tà káwọn ṣe é nà.
Nǹkan ń ṣẹlẹ̀ o and that is exactly tí mo ṣe sọ yìí pé Nàìjíríà lẹ ti máa rí àwọn èèyàn máa lo position máa oppress àwọn èèyàn ìlú yẹn I don't know ẹni a ti sọ
Nàìjíríà man of God is a man of God.
Ìjọ wo ló fẹ́ bẹ̀ ta? Ìjọ wo ló fẹ́ bẹ̀ ta? Ìjọ wo
èèyàn mi.
Ó sad. God bless you ma.
Sẹ́rí àti ti listen láti ẹ̀kọ́ ní kí bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe rí. Èmi tó ń kọ èmi tèmi wípé àwa obìnrin kí ni way forward? Omi gbé tó dẹ̀ ń kọ mí ò ju wípé òkè wọ́n ní ọkùnrin yìí ó ṣe nǹkan tí ò dá sóbìnrin. And àwọn kan wà tó pé àwọn ní women empowerment so and so. Láàárín àwọn obìnrin yìí máa rí àwọn obìnrin tó tún máa rationalize reason tó fi ṣe èèyàn kan ní right láti set èèyàn kan up èèyàn kan ò ní right ẹ máa justify. So kí ni the way forward? Because mi ìgbé Nàìjíríà but à ń gbọ́ oríṣiríṣi nǹkan Nàìjíríà. Ẹ wo imagine the lady senator Natasha. Ẹ wo bó ṣe ń treat ẹ̀. With evidence there wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tó obvious báyìí
Yet, Nigerian...
If a whole politician, high-rank politician in Nigeria can say, what is the big deal if a man talks to you and you say no? A married woman.
Omi inú tó ń kọ mí gangan nìyẹn. Ẹ máa mọ̀ pé òun náà wọ́n ń ṣe ṣe ìbánu yẹn mọ́. But àwọn tó ń rationalize ẹ̀, àwọn tó ń support ẹ̀, ṣé torí kó jẹ́ èèyàn yín ni kò tí ì yé mi? Ìyẹn ló ń dùn mí pé okay, what do we do to such people? Ṣojú òtì yín ni wọ́n lẹ́ni tẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ ó lọ ti ká bọ́ ọmọ kékeré ń dì í. Ẹ wá sọ pé ẹ wá ń try láti justify. Mo sọ́rí láti sọ ọ̀wọ́ Àjọkẹ́. I used to love Ìyá Rainbow. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà yìí, mi ìgbà tí ìyá yẹn mọ́. Ìwọ tó jẹ́ grandma ò lè máa support nonsense. Àbá ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láyé ìgbà tí wọ́n náà. Wọ́n lè sọ pé kò sí molestation láyé ìgbà ayé àwọn Ìyá Rainbow. Wọ́n lè sọ pé àwọn ò lẹ́sìdẹ́ǹsì bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọbìnrin tí wọ́n àwọn protect àwọn ọmọbìnrin wọn. Nǹkan burúkú ò ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn ọmọbìnrin wọn. Àwọn aléèyàn kan ṣe nǹkan okay àtiwádé lẹ́wọ̀n tó yẹ pé wọ́n tún gbé evidence síta. Ẹ̀yin kan sì wá ń sọ pé ẹ̀ ń support somehow. Ẹ jẹ́ ká panupọ̀ ká sọ wípé ká bá wọn wí. Pé nǹkan kíní yóò dá nǹkan tó máa jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kó progress nìyẹn. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká máa turn blind eye mọ́. Wọ́n ń turn blind eye sí kẹ̀sì Natasha. To the point wípé ẹ̀ ń ṣe owó pé for community kìíní kan ẹ̀ excluded that meeting. Very ridiculous. Ẹ lọ sí court ẹ dé ẹ suspend ẹ court ní kẹ́ lift suspension with evidence. Yes, you may change that or keep quiet. Ẹ ń bully ẹ to her face. Àyọ̀ ọ̀fẹ́ ó dẹ̀ láwọn èèyàn tó represent.
Lady senate there too. Òun náà kò lè stand by her wípé no, at least I am a woman like you, we are in the same boat.
God bless you. Obìnrin láti kékeré girl child in some until generation ti wà yìí ní generation àwọn màmá wa wọ́n recognize ọmọbìnrin pé kọ́ ràn ọmọkùnrin náà máa rán lọ sí school. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ń ṣe wọ́n liberate wa díẹ̀díẹ̀ stage tadé yìí àwọn obìnrin wọ́n tún oppress obìnrin ẹgbẹ́ yín wọ́n molest obìnrin ẹgbẹ́ yín ẹ̀yin ìyá àpọ̀ ẹ̀yin obìnrin kan tún wà tẹ́tí wọ́n support. No, ó sad. So what's the way forward ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi?
Ẹgbọ́n obìnrin àǹtí kan ti sọ̀rọ̀ Afọlákẹ́mi Adélékè ó ti ṣẹ̀wọ̀n náà ṣé kó para ẹ̀ ni.
No, ó pẹ́ fún mi.
Àǹtí ẹ̀ máa bọ̀ ẹ̀
lọ́wọ́. Mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà nìyẹn. Ṣé rí lack of exposure ń pa wọ́n Nàìjíríà? Ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí gbé yìí tó bá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n. Ṣé ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí gbé yìí ibùn tó bá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lérí irú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yẹn possibility wà kó má jáde ní ẹ̀wọ̀n yẹn láàyè. Because àwọn ẹlẹ́wọ̀n ẹgbẹ́ wọ́n hate irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Wọ́n ò lè stand because tó bá dé wọ̀n. Mo ti ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn people yẹn rí tó ti yé yín. Out of bóyá carelessness confidentiality wà dáadáa but tí àwọn fellow inmates tó bá fi mọ̀ wípé nǹkan tó ń pété nìyẹn kò save wọ́n máa attack ẹ̀ right left and center ni. Ẹ lọ Google ìyẹn Huntley ìyẹn tẹ̀sí ń gbóná dáadáa. Ó ṣẹ̀kú ó remove life support ẹ̀ lánàá ó ti kú lẹ́yìn ó ti confam ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Àìmọye attack ló ní eventually this last one attack yẹn le nínú ẹ̀wọ̀n. Ìyẹn Huntley Àjọkẹ́ gbà Google it ó ti kú báyìí. Yes. Bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ti ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ àwọn tó ń sọ pé ṣé bó ti ṣẹ̀wọ̀n wọ́n ń gbádùn Nàìjíríà tó bá jẹ́ ìlú yìí ni ó likely kó má jáde láàyè. Tó ní wọ́n lè tọrọ lẹ́sẹ̀ tó jalè wọ́n lè tọrọ lẹ́sẹ̀ tó parọ́ ṣùgbọ́n ìwọ tó fi ipá bá ọmọ kékeré láì òbí jáde. Wọ́n fẹ́ disgust wọn fẹ́ ló ilé tìyẹn how much more ẹ̀yin Nàìjíríà wá sọ pé ṣé kò parẹ́ ni ó pẹ́ kó tó pa ọmọ tó ṣe fún ọmọ yẹn kí ni ẹ máa wà lọ́kàn ẹ̀ forever.
Ẹ wo lady tó sọ̀rọ̀ sí i now Sister Ellen yìí. Is that not what she was narrating to us?
Exactly.
It will be fighting this woman now for life with all the atrocities tí wọ́n ti ṣe fún lóde.
Báyọ̀ sílé ni ò dé ìgbẹ́ Mr. Larry, I want to address something to you. Luck ni o, ìdílé tẹ̀ ti jáde wá. And I want you to put something in your ní ọwọ́ sí. The fact that ẹ̀yin turn out ní family yìí kò sọ wípé gbogbo ọkùnrin family yìí máa turn out bẹ́ẹ̀.
Auntie,
this is a situation to contest
that ṣẹlẹ̀ Ọlọ́run ni ó tún dìbẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin obìnrin tẹ́ bá rí bí ìyá tẹ̀wá ọkùnrin mẹ́rin ló ní obìnrin méjì tẹ́ bá rí bí ìyá mi ṣe rorò nígbà tí mi ò gbọ́n mo máa ń pe ìyá mi lájẹ ni ìyá mi rorò tó bá níyàn rorò kò síbi tí ó ti lè mú gbájú fún ẹ ó mú wa pẹ̀lú àdúrà àti effort ṣé gbogbo kí ni ìyọwọ́ ẹ̀yin obìnrin ló wà ẹ̀yin obìnrin
sẹ́rí ìyá náà rò yẹn náà jẹ́ kí n fún yín ní experience.
màmá dàtọ̀
sẹ́rí àwọn obìnrin níṣẹ́ láti ṣe láti protect yẹn èyí tó wà tí mo mọ̀ dáadáa tó ti yẹ yín ọmọ kékeré gbọ́dọ̀ lọ ṣe ọlídé lọ́dọ̀ wọn nígbà tá a kéré tá à ń grow up ó máa fi wọ́lẹ̀ ni ó wá ní àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mo báwọn ọkùnrin ṣe máa ń kóra wọn káàkiri bọ̀bọ́ mi kìnnìkan kìnnìkan tó máa pera wọn ní nickname so tó bá ti délé ọ̀rẹ́ yẹn lálẹ́gbẹ́jẹ́ kìnnìkan pera wọn nickname wọ́n á ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ wọ́n á ṣeré àwọn àbúrò wọn náà wọ́n á rán wọn kó wọ́n á ṣe kìnnìkan ìjọ tó bá délé ọ̀rẹ́ tí ọ̀rẹ́ ò sí lé àbúrò ọ̀rẹ́ ló máa mú balẹ̀ ọmọ tí ò tí ì jáde lábẹ́ ìyá ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọ̀rẹ́ mi so ara burúkú yẹn ó bá wọn lára mu àṣàkáṣà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn ọkùnrin ní ìwà kan fẹ́ pé obìnrin pé yí obìnrin táwọn bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ bóyá yẹn ní ìmọ̀ irú social kìíní tó jẹ́ ọ́fìn bùsùn.
No, kì í ṣe social ma. I think it's just insecurity. Èèyàn kò náà ní ṣerú ẹ̀.
When they were growing up, irú àṣàkáṣà tó wà lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wọn nìyẹn. Can I put ìdílé ìwọ̀n gbogbo wa ní ọkùnrin ni mo ti dàgbà. Wọ́n fi kí ni ẹ̀kọ́ fún kọ́kọ́.
Ẹ má bínú sá, tẹ bá sọ pé ọwọ́ obìnrin ló wà. Iṣẹ́ wà lọ́wọ́ obìnrin. Ọwọ́ àwọn ọkùnrin àti obìnrin ni no. Is there responsibility kẹ́ máa sọrú ẹ̀? Ara àwọn nǹkan tí mi ò kí n fẹ́ gbọ́ ni ọkùnrin àti obìnrin ló bí ọmọ ẹ jẹ́ kó obìnrin kó tọ́ ọmọ. Ọkùnrin náà sọ fún mi ọkùnrin.
I quite agree. Mo agree pẹ̀lú nǹkan tẹ́ sọ yẹn. Gbogbo wa la gbọ́dọ̀ tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ. Bọ̀dọ̀ bá tó fẹ́ sọ wípé ìgbà tẹ́mi bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bímọ ọmọkùnrin ni mo kọ́kọ́ bí tọ́lọ̀ yọ̀ǹda fún mi ọmọkùnrin ọmọ mi tiẹ̀ láì kéèyàn bóbìnrin torí operation tó ti fún àwọn obìnrin tí má ti lóyún báyìí lọ́dún tó ń kọ́ má ní kí ló fẹ́ má lọ́kùnrin ni mo fẹ́ mi ò fẹ́ because obìnrin wà oppressed.
Àbúrò mi náà sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ orí náà ló fi di ọlọ́kùnrin
baby. Ṣé ní ọjọ́ tí mo ti bí ọmọ last baby mi tó jóbìnrin ìjọ ẹ̀ mo sọ pé ọkùnrin kan wọnú ilé mi mọ́ ọkọ tí mo fẹ́ rò pé mo ya wèrè ni ìjọ this one I must protect her. Ìrírí ayé ló dé jẹ́ kí n máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ àwọn kíní kan wọ́n wọnú ilé ìmọ̀ ọ̀dẹ̀ wọ nìyẹn. Ẹni mo fi àgbẹ̀ pẹ̀lú pé ẹni tó sọ pé obìnrin ní ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ I must protect this one. Gbọ́dọ̀ mess up pẹ̀lú ẹ̀.
Ẹ mọ̀ pé mental health yẹn náà.
Can I quickly chip in something?
I mean, when I did my scan and I saw that it was a girl, from that very day, the motto is I must protect this one.
God bless you.
Wow.
I would like to ask you something. I'm sorry to interrupt you, please.
Kò kì í ṣe nítorí pé bóyá ẹ fẹ́ protect ọmọbìnrin nítorí ìrírí tẹ́ rí ni.
I was coming to that. Can I quickly ask you something, Ellen? I'm sorry I'm not trying to...
No, it's fine.
I hope you've been for therapy and you've taken care of this.
Yeah, that's all.
And I would like to correct something. The mommy that spoke now, she sounds a bit older than my generation, so I quite understand. I want to understand your generation and how you felt about protecting your child. But I would like to correct something. When we speak in public places like this, we need to be careful and choose our words wisely. And why did I say this? When we keep hammering on women have a lot to do, this is part and parcel of the genesis of why we are here today.
Exactly.
We push so much responsibility on the women that these women are having a mental breakdown and the kids are not even getting the best from them. Why not just have this conversation of as parents, whether you're a man or a woman?
I'm
coming there. We both have a part to play in the children's life. I understand, I work with children and I'm coming there. I work with single parents families where you have just one parent. It could be the mom or the dad, having the parental responsibility on that child. So I would like to break it down. If your partner is no longer in your life, but he wants to play a part or is staying a part, we don't have to live under the same roof for us to parent and bring up children. Am I making a point? It's a different thing. It's a different thing. If you are no longer together and he doesn't want to be in the child's life, then by all means you step up as a mom. But if you are a couple we both have a part to play in raising children. And if you're no longer together and it's outside, I always say this to men. I don't care what happens between you and your wife. What matters to me is the safety of the child involved in such relationship. You can decide not to speak to the mother again, but do yourself that responsibility of raising your child. The world has gone global. You can raise your child from anywhere. You can be in prison and parent your child. These things need to be taught to people. You don't need to physically be in the house with that child. You could put a child on the phone and go through an homework with that child. That is why we've got all this technology. It's not about sitting on social media all the time and not knowing what to do with it. You could be on a business trip and you are so present in your child's life. But the problem we have is that we've been raised with this mentality that, oh, the women has a big part to play. And when men hear this thing, it's like you're handing them a reason to be laid back and be lazy. That is what you're doing.
Good morning, ma'am.
We are not the one even saying.
Good morning, ma'am.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying generally. When we throw comments like this around, we've got men online. So it's like we're just giving them a pass that it's the job of the women. Women are the super women. We can do all that.
Most of the time,
and that is why a lot of women struggle and they can't even speak out because we've raised them to believe that it is your job.
They are the ones to take care of the child.
So it is because we've made them believe, look, it's your job, you have to do it. So even when you fail at that job, it's your fault.
Yes.
So it makes women take up too many responsibilities that they're struggling with. I've had to
People at fault. They try to hide it.
Yeah, I've had to assess more than 500 families because I work with children. And I've had women just ask them. The first thing a woman will sit in front of me and say to me is, I try my best. And you see them breaking down. And these are women that live in the house with a...
That is exactly what I want to think. Some men are present, but they are not present.
Exactly. Look,
Some are present, but they are not present. Eventually, the woman will be the one to raise the child.
that is where I'm going. And that is why I said something. We should be careful of the things we throw around. When we have men on platforms like this, if you know as a man that you're not ready, when I talk about raising a child, I'm not talking about financial responsibility as a father. I don't care how much you make. When you decide to be an adult and bring in another life, here, you have to be physically present, emotionally present, and psychologically present for that child. It's not just the responsibility of the mother. As long as you've got parental responsibility on that child, if you've got a social, I'm sure the host understands what I'm saying. If you've got a social work issue here, I am facing you as a dad, and I am dealing with you as a mom.
That's it.
Correct. So we need to let men understand this thing. If you're working, your wife is working, it is your responsibility as a dad and as a mom to sit together and raise these children. And one thing I would like to finalize with is we need to begin to tell our boys that there is no flex in sleeping around. And we need to tell our girls there is no flex in opening your leg. When you put in too much fear into children, and sometimes I'm sorry, I understand us as parents, our culture, our upbringing, and really is a big part. So when you bring in the way I was raised in the early 80s when I was born, I would make a big mistake raising my daughter like that. We need to understand that the world is changing, and you need to change the technique you're going to use to raise your children. You cannot bring in that force, that fear, because we were raised with fear, and if you're raising children in 2026 abroad with fear, I stand here to tell you, by the time that child is 15, you would lose that child. You've got so many children who cannot sit down with their parents for 10 minutes and have a decent conversation. Just because you have instilled so much fear, and when the child is so scared of you, you tend to shut them up. They would not speak to you. And when your children are not speaking to you, take this from me tonight, they are speaking to other people. And you cannot guarantee what they are bringing in from outside. So we need to be careful. We are raising children in 2026. The world has changed. We cannot raise them the way we were raised in the 70s or the way we were raised in the 80s. Make your children your friends. Have an open communication. Draw them closer. Do not instill unnecessary fear into children. These are the things that make children bottle up a lot. And you're raising a child, spending so much money. I don't want us to wake up tomorrow and realize that we were only raising strangers that do not even know us, love us,
don't know as well.
And most of these kids that are raised this way, they are just ticking the calendar. May I make you understand that they cannot wait to turn 18 and get the hell out of your life.
Correct. Absolutely.
We need to be very careful. Love your children. Raising your voice, being too strict would not get us anywhere. Open communication, being their friend, making them understand that there is no big deal in making mistakes. A lot of African parents portray a picture of being perfect human beings. We are not perfect.
Nice.
Make your children understand that when you make mistakes, come back home. Your mom understands. Your mom is here to listen. Your mom would embrace you, and we would fix this together. When you raise a child with such mentality, it is difficult for you to lose such child. Because
please don't use the word your mom only. Say your parents.
Your parents.
Yeah,
I'm just so carried away with what I'm saying. So when you raise a child with such mentality, even when they've committed the most grievous mistake outside, you as parents would be their first point of contact. I've got children, I've been called into schools for assessments with children, and I meet children that say to me, I would not speak to you until I see my mom and dad. And I've also had children say to me, can my mom and dad step out before I say a word to you? So let's take that home. Thank you very much.
The attachment you have with them.
Thank you so much. I really want to say thank you so much to you especially. You know, in conversations like this, sometimes you see women coming up to say it is just about the women word. But you see the balance that you have struck this night is a whole lot. Coming from somebody whose mom left at 2 weeks old, living in marriage, and then leaving me in the care of my dad, and she didn't even look back. I know what it means, and I know what hell I went through growing up before I finally left home at the age of 13. And you see, one thing I always tell myself, I have a son, and I always tell myself that not any of my children, either born or unborn, will go through 1%, just 1% of what I experienced. And I want to say something that we as parents must understand. I'm glad that all the people here are parents. One thing I want us to know is that, one, know that boys are also being molested. Put that, just pen it down. This is not about, I've been a child advocate for years. I've had to handle cases. I shared some with them earlier yesterday when we were talking same on the same topic. And I feel that we have come to realize we have made some mistakes in the past, that we focus more attention on our girl child. We don't want them to get pregnant. We don't want them to misbehave, mess up out there. But what happens? What happens when the boys we refuse to raise, go out sleeping with the girl that has been perfectly raised by their own parents? What happened? What happened when a boy who is not properly raised go out there to impregnate or even introduce substance to children out there? And then I've come to realize that the African type of parenting is really killing a lot of children, physically, mentally, and then in other aspects. And also, I want us to say something. I want us to know something, which I'm going to say. You see, some of these conversations should be a thing that we want to have for intending couples. See, there are conversations you should never hide from. The person you want to end up with, ask questions, and questions. Some of the questions you should ask is to ask them what picture of a family do they see. What do they see as a family? Some people are not family oriented. You cannot fault them. They are coming from somewhere. I was telling a friend, I said, I never grew up seeing any adult telling another adult, I love you, especially in a couple, in a family setting. It will be very hard if I have not trained myself and raised myself in love to see me love somebody else genuinely.
Because you never grew in love.
Genuinely. So I remember that one of the awesome moments I had while I was growing up as a child was somebody who were about 3 that went to visit somebody, and then they told the other people, oh, you are looking handsome, you are looking good. And then this person never said it to me. In fact, okay, the comment this person made was, see you, your own teeth is very big. I held that for as long as I held that. And then I look at myself in the mirror and I say, so I am ugly.
Even your own self-esteem.
So I am ugly. And see, I want to tell you something. This lived with me for years. For years, until I started growing. So one thing I want you to know, I would like to work with Madam Ruthless. Sincerely, I would really, really like to work with you. I'm a child rights advocate here in Nigeria, and then I am starting a community to school advocacy on children, the rights of children, and then the role of parents. So we may need to really collaborate. This whole thing streamlined down to what's the name? Young people who were not properly raised, growing into adults. You cannot expect more than that from them if God had not helped them. You now see what our religion setting does. Let me quickly share a story with you. So a couple was about a few years ago, I worked in the church, and then this couple were going to get married, and then one way or the other, the church was counseling them, and then the lady had been abused. Shared it with the husband. With the husband's pastor, redeemed. There is always one way or the other. Pastors are linked to each other. This pastor went back to tell the husband that don't end up with this one. No. Don't end up with this one. No. And then and that single step, the lady later got to know that the pastor was the one who she entrusted such into, was the one who told the husband, and the same person who abused this person was from the church.
Kai.
Today, I can tell you that this person does not even go to church again.
Of course.
Let me give you another one. I was in a group. I was almost supporting this church group and all that, and the lady got pregnant. And the next thing I saw was that everybody was bashing this lady. Some people came out, so you are even pregnant and then you are borrowing money from me. And
that's their job. That's what they do.
And then I asked a question. I said, all of you that pack yourself and put yourself in this church group, do you even know what the Bible says about stuff like this? The church is a hospital where even the pastor can fall sick the same way a doctor can fall sick and die.
Oh gosh.
So what makes you think that this person that had come out to say this had happened? I pulled myself from that place and I helped the lady. I can tell you now the child is 2 years old. You people don't want people to do abortion. You don't want them to use post pill. You don't want them to walk into pharmacy to buy condom. Because you're going to use bad eyes to look at them. Then exactly the same you will criticize them when they have children out of wedlock.
I can tell you that there is a community in this place, very close to me right here. The very day I went to distribute sanitary pad there, they have not seen sanitary pad before as of 2025. Girls.
Nigeria.
Ogbomoso.
Oh, God. Go.
Please, so that you will see. Let me tell you, you know why I'm bringing all this out? I want you to know that the problem we are addressing now, it is not a problem we can finish talking about in a day.
And that's why I said Nigeria cannot change.
But no, it will, man. I am optimistic. It will. And I will tell you why it will. And I will tell you why it will. We all are coming.
Do you know how long we've been saying
yes, ma. It will. And I will tell you why it will. Let me tell you something.
Nigeria cannot be bad than UK or America.
So, few years ago, somebody like me would rather grow up treating women bad because my mom left, or my stepmoms treated me bad. But while growing up, you know one thing I left with? I said to myself, the fact that I was treated this way does not mean that everybody should be treated this way. I would rather do better. We have this idea of always afflicting others with the pain we have gone through, forgetting the fact that it doesn't even heal. It doesn't make us heal. For parents, I feel like I've always told myself, God forbid I marry somebody and the person decides to leave. My children will not at any point suffer that decision. We're going to come to agreement. We are going to have to come to agreement. Because these children were on their own. They didn't call for me. I called for them. So we're going to allow them enjoy that part of them that is children. So I just want to plead with us. The same energy we put in, look at it, some of us are still up by now. Maybe it's a different time zone in your place. The same energy we put into this means that we still see things changing. We are optimistic. We are praying. We are all agreeing that things can still change. Imagine if I have not joined this life now, I would not have listened to Madam Brutless. I would not have listened to every other person. And then, this will make me also sit down. Oh, if somebody is doing this somewhere, I think I can also. You see one thing, do you know where the problem is coming from? We need to go back to our roots, the communities. I was telling somebody a few days ago that the NOA, National Orientation Agencies, are doing nothing. What are they doing? That agency, money is being paid into it, and people lack information. Most of the laws that are being passed, do you know if somebody will still sleep with another person's child right now, forcefully in a village now, and one of them will sit there and say, what is that the big deal? Is this the first time? Is it a new thing? Do you know why? Because
somebody was justifying Baba Ejsha.
Because they don't know the consequences.
Excuse me, my brother. Excuse me to cut you short. Even at the village, do you know what happened? It's that when such a thing, such atrocity is committed, they now say, oh, then he's going to marry the girl.
Exactly.
Imagine.
Do you understand?
It
is because it is still we're still saying the same thing. Do you know why? Do you know that right now, child marriage is still a thing happening in our community right here in Nigeria? Not even in the northern part alone. Not in the northern part alone. Do you know why? Because so many laws have been passed and people still do not understand that, hey, these laws are meant for people, not animals. And then they were not properly communicated to the people in the community. I'm sorry to say.
If they make the law, are they acting on the law?
Yes, ma'am. You see,
the reason why they are not acting on it, this national orientation agency they are talking about,
they are not aware of the law.
Different platforms. They are not working. They are not working. People are ignorant of the law.
They are not coming out. Most important thing. Yeah, people in the village will not understand so many things. We have to spread that awareness.
Well, there's an agency committed to that.
There is an agency, Madam B.
Lagos here.
Lady B, there is an agency that is supposed to know, to have, you see, they even have different people with different languages that can go back to the community and communicate interesting.
Ìgbà tí ẹ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ń kọ́ ṣe bí tó máa fẹ́ distribute child kílẹ̀ ń pè birth control. All those birth control. Ṣé bó ni wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe? Wọ́n á fi ṣe immunization. Ṣé bó ni wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe?
Share problem is the problem is that when we want to do all these things, we create someone. And I love what this woman said when she said, "The fear, raising children in fear, will not help us to achieve anything." I cannot imagine that in this century.
I believe, sorry, Baba Slum, you said that you are an advocate, yeah?
Yes.
To cut the shit, I mean, all the story short, I'm so sorry. Look at all the secondary school, Nigerian secondary. I saw one today. Even for the past few weeks, they are just on, this the TikTok something. They were talking about schools. I went to a public school. Yeah.
Me too.
Excuse me.
Me too.
And I was well trained. At least. But looking back to the same secondary school that we went in those days, go and see the state of our secondary school. And here we have so-called, honorable, whatever, chairman, that has been elected to do all this job. When someone is going to school and you are not comfortable, how can such a child learn?
Omar, do you know that in your own days too, there were also people who were not properly raised?
I'm not talking about being raised in. Listen, apart from, education is an exposure. Yeah? If you want to train a child, apart from training your child at home, okay, what about all these people we are talking in all these rural villages and all that they don't have the money to take their children to private schools? Do you know how many things I've learned in school? You understand? Which is additional to what I've learned from my parents. So I want you to know that if we are talking about raising a child at home, going out there too, we cannot be there all the time with them. Yeah? So all these things we are talking about is still part of learning, my dear brother. So what are the look at a young lady came out recently. I went to one of the secondary school, making an awareness to the local government or whatever. The same local government chairman went to her family house and beat them up.
That's because she raised an awareness about the state of the school.
Yeah. So what are we talking about? If you want to do it, and maybe we have other people that wants to support it. There's so many people, even in this part of the world, we support people back home. But it's a shame eventually you will now see that everything will just turn upside down. The victim here is still the less privileges because they don't have what it takes to get the right thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
My brother.
Well, like I just said, I am hoping, I'm believing, I'm trusting God that we would do the right things by our children. I love what I must commend everyone from the diaspora that's supporting people back home. I must really commend you guys because some of the NGOs that we still have that still in operations, truthfully, so are being sponsored by people that really know why they want to see things change and all that. But one thing I will still say is that while we are talking about the girl child, always remember that the girl child will not just be out there without the boy child. I would say that we should ensure that we remember that the boy child is also at the risk of being molested. So many things are going on. The only thing is that we under-record the ones that happen to the boys. I go to schools and I see children, boys, running into doing. I don't want to mention it because of TikTok's substance misuse and substance and all that. And then when you see some of these children, they are 13 within the age of
even at very tender age.
12. We were in Abeokuta to speak to a particular school, and then a boy of 13 years old, a boy of 13 years old with his tall height came to us and was like, and I'm like, I was just like, Now, the public school, we attended public school. The fear of even one teacher there is the beginning of wisdom. I also want to put it to you that I am also was a voluntary teacher in the school, and I can tell that I know the kind of discipline I have been able to instill in this school. This school used to be one of the notorious schools around me, but you see, some of the conversations these children cannot have with their parents at home, we would have it in the school. We would have it in the school, and you will start seeing some of them saying it out that it was this my friend that told me that we can actually do this and then whatever. Now, another problem that we have in the society, ma, why I will agree with Lady B, ma, is that look at this. There's a new thing going on in our secondary school. Do you now know children now go and start doing networking when they leave school? This new life, they do networking. This new life thing. They now, at secondary school level, they are being trained somewhere, and then they are training them how to make millions of naira in just few days. Ma?
What did you say? Networking, or what did you say?
Yes, networking, ma. That's what they call it here.
The business, I think, is this online business that they do.
They are all. That's why I said they are all victims. A child that doesn't have any support from anywhere.
So by the time you say, there's a lot going on. We were going to, and I was asking one of them, why are you doing this? He said he wants to raise money for his wife. He wants to raise money for his wife. Yes, how much is wife? 33,000 naira. Even after paying,
have a pocket money to even do a few things.
So even after paying call, please, I'm just appealing. Like I said, I'm going to work with a few people here, and we are going into communities. I don't need anybody to sponsor whatever, but you know, people hearing from you and hearing your story, and then seeing what your journey is, and then where you are right now, will motivate young girls to stay on track, to do legitimate, young boys to do legitimate stuff to get to where they are going. Everybody wants to japa, but right now, nobody even know what it takes to even japa. And also, okay, I have a fashion house. For anybody who had gone through my page, I have been giving slots to students who wants to come and train for free. Come and train for free. I'm not going to collect a thing from you because I know I slept under the bridge.
Effort clap for him.
I slept under the bridge. I slept under the bridge. Anybody that knows Abeokuta very well, my first and like to share the loss of yes. Ejsha more distance here. Yes. Anybody that knows the Lord very well, I will trek from Somi to Air Calling because I'm trying to get. Wow. Yes. These were some of the things I went through. But one thing that was in my mind is that I do not have to smoke. I do not have to drink. I do not have to commit crimes to get where I'm going. I do not have to do any of these things. I had the privilege to go, but I went to a bridge road. One my bay or Jawa, Tima for Jumi Ribai. One my bay or Jawa, Tama Ri. One my bin from one máa gbé bọ̀ wọn wá máa rí tọ́mọ wa máa tọ́jú bọ́ sí torí ẹ̀ ní the risk we are going through in this country mọ́ àwọn ọmọ tẹ́lẹ̀ nílẹ̀ bẹ́bí tí wọ́n ṣe kíkọ́ ọwọ́n ń tọ́jú bọ́ sọ́dọ̀ ẹlòmíì inú wọn tó ṣe pé ìtòhun fi ń jẹun nìyẹn.
As young as they are.
Yes, ìtòhun fi ń jẹun nìyẹn. Gbogbo ìgbà yẹn mo máa rí gbogbo kíní yìí but I was determined. Ìjọ tí màá dẹ̀ kúrò lé bàbá mi mo ní shirt àti short neck àti bedroom slippers white in mo wọ. I just told God that day I will not do what is against God's will and I will return. By the fair grace of God, I know what God had been able to do for me because it's not in my own power. And I know how many children I've also been able to raise out of the street there. I should share more color and all that. But what I'm just saying is that if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 persons who can reflect back on where they are also coming from and also know that these children also have stories and they can have a story to tell, we would have it gradually getting better. We don't have to always complain. Because if we don't raise these children, one or the other, our money láwọn ọmọ táwa bá ti láti tọ́ dáadáa. Go to public secondary school ẹ̀rọ pé lásán àwọn ọmọ máa ń yà burúkú ni wọ́n ti ẹ̀wá ti rò pé o ti rí ìsọmọ ẹ̀ dáadáa nílé nígbà tó bá dé school ó kú tẹ̀lé lọ school teacher bá wọn jókòó sí kíláàsì ní gbogbo gbà látara communications tí wọ́n máa ń rí wọ́n máa corrupt good manners sí yẹn bá bá láti lè tọ́lọ́hùn bá ràn lọ́wọ́ no matter what. So please, I am appealing to all of us in the name of God. Ẹ wo orú kéèsì bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ní sí tó bá yẹ kó ọmọ yẹn ò bá princess sọ̀rọ̀ báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ mọ̀? Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ mọ̀?
Because princess herself was observant. She knew, she saw all the traits in this girl. That look, this girl is withdrawing. When you start seeing withdrawal syndrome in these children,
because she loves them, she loves that girl genuinely. That's what.
Yeah. You understand? So she was observant. The observation was there. As a parent, you must be observant of your children. To withdraw, be careful. Know that or they are extremely having a negative behavior that you're seeing, or they are exhibiting sexual behaviors. You know something is wrong somewhere. That we miss as parents.
Ọkùnrin lọ́mọ mi, ṣé understand? Tó bá dé láti school nígbà mi, tí máa rí tó bá rí pé bóyá wọ́n ń ṣojú bákan máa kàn rọra bí léèrè ni pé uncle, what's going on? How far? Is there a problem? Only thing, my auntie beat me. Why did your auntie beat you? I want to understand what's going on. Whatever. Or somebody said something to me in school. I said, don't worry, me, I'll follow you to your school tomorrow. I don't want to be bullying you. Because one of the strict instructions I have given him at the age of 3 is that you don't bully people in school. You don't bully people in school. Don't bully people. Shall understand? And that has stayed with him. Kì í ṣe pé a máa take attention sáwọn ọmọbìnrin wa tó yẹ pé okay ẹ jẹ́ kí n sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kan fún wa bí bàbá mi ṣe tọ́ èmi ìyá tèmi jẹ àwọn ọmọ obìnrin nísìnyí the way he cares for his children tó jẹ́ ọmọ obìnrin.
Please, guys,
I understand it's quite different. Èmi á máa béèrè nísìnyí tí máa fẹ́ fi wọ́n ṣe máa béèrè pé ìbájẹ́ pé tèmi náà báyìí.
Aggression, withdrawal, anxiety, quietness.
Ìbáyìí tó èmi báyìí ṣé èmi á wá go sí gbogbo tí mo là kọjá. So I will just stop there. I really want to appreciate everyone for contributing, but please, I really hope that as parents we can do better, we can push, and then we can get the society running. If the NOA are not doing anything, we are taking awareness to communities, and it's going to be aggressive awareness. It is not just awareness that Malo Tanile Parisha Nibe. If we man saw if you want to come along at the end of the day, we won't achieve anything. We will make sure that there are community ambassadors there to even when we leave, they can always report to the appropriate quarters. Well, my own community started back from I stay in Ilorin. My community started back from to they believe that their religion permits some things when we know that the Lord does not permit it. We know the Lord does not permit it. Àti mo ti rí èèyàn mo ti ṣe kéèsì tí èèyàn gbé ayọ̀ lé ọmọ lọ́yàn rí torí pé ó jí #600.
Imagine.
God. These are not hidden stories. They are not hidden stories. Mo lọ́mọ tó ṣe pé èmi mo lọ bá kalẹ̀. They are not hidden stories.
Do you think Fruits wanted to say something?
No, I'm just wondering because Ashomoderi, our no
they are not hidden stories.
Tí ọmọ máa brutalize àwọn ọmọ.
Mo fi Ọlọ́run bá búra. They are not hidden stories. Mo fi Ọlọ́run bá búra. They are not hidden stories. Mo ti ṣe kéèsì pé èèyàn máa ń gbé yín lé ọmọ yẹn ọmọ tó ọmọ 10 years old tó ń gbé lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ tó bá ti ṣe tẹ́ bá rí ìjọta lọ bí ìkàrẹ́sì tẹ́ bá rí skin àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. Tí ẹ bá rí skin àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ẹ fẹ́ lè máa wúra yín nínú wọn bí skin àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ṣe tó Nàìjíríà náà ló ń gbé o.
Tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ ó máa treat àwọn ọmọ lọ́mọ.
Ó wá mú ẹyin ó wá lọ fọmọ yẹn sí inú skul kan rádaràdà kan báyìí sí èsì èmi ni mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mú ọmọ yẹn.
Àdìwọ́ wẹ̀sẹ̀ yẹn mo ṣàrọ̀ ọmọ náà lọ sí.
Mo ṣàrọ̀ ọmọ lọ skul God bless you ma èmi ni mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rẹ̀ rú lọ́mọ yẹn sí private school tọ́mọ yẹn fi wà ní school. So there is a lot going on. Mo ti àwọn ọmọ èèyàn tí ò bímọ rí tó lóun mọ́ ọmọ lọ́mọ tí àti ìyá yẹn wá fún lọ́mọ pé kó ṣàlẹ́ ọmọ máa pè ránṣẹ́. Ó dẹ̀ lu ọmọ yẹn to the point pé ìka ọmọ dẹ̀ gé wọ́n á fi paper sellotape tí wọ́n fi ń lẹ ilé tó fi ń lẹ tán fi ń lẹ kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ wáyà ó wá fi lé ọmọ yẹn lọ́wọ́ ọmọ yẹn ṣe sá kúrò lé ní ẹ̀mí kan gbà yẹn I was still even a student bí mo ṣe jáde ní ẹnu ọ̀nà mi báyìí mo máa ní pé ọmọ kan jókòó sí around kí ló ń ṣe bẹ̀yẹ̀ dẹ̀ mọ̀ me with children ìgbà tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ́lẹ̀ kan pé even irú mi ò lè gbé lóyìnbó because mi ò gbọdọ̀ rọ́mọdé sójú with the way I love children and I cherish them. So I'm always observant, especially with children. I'm always abused and all that. And to abuse me kékeré obìnrin ni. Ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ àǹtí mi ni.
You know what? We most often neglect the needs of our boy child because we believe that okay, you were molested by an aunt or house girl. You understand?
Yeah.
Most of us will just say, "Ọmọkùnrin."
ẹ má màmá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ TikTok.
Okay, sorry. Ti gbàgbé.
Ṣẹ́rí wọ́n depend o ṣẹ́rí because mi náà lọ́mọkùnrin èmi ṣẹ́rí téèyàn bá ti wà láyé tó bá ó dá kéèyàn how will I call it protect your children ṣá regardless whether it's a girl or boy èmi ò fọmọ síyàn lọ́dọ̀ o.
Àti social worker too.
Èmi ò tiẹ̀ fọmọ.
Gbàgbé ilẹ̀ ń jẹ́ okay, sorry.
Ṣé ẹ ti understand? Ìgbà tó lè ṣe fún mi, ó kàn ṣe ká lọ ṣeré ni I was not mi ò ní knowledge ká lọ ṣeré ni mi ò ní knowledge kí ló gbogbo àti mo wọ́n dàgbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń ṣe kí ni wọ́n á pẹ́ so yín tẹ́ni yìí ṣe nígbà yẹn òun lélẹ́yìí ṣe understand ọmọ ọ̀dọ́ tì mí I understand. No, it's always very important when we talk about this. You don't understand. But baby, you are in it, one more.
Women do it too. Women do it. A lot of women. This are the code. This are why it's the code.
Wọ́n ṣe dáadáa. Torí náà sọ fún mi, inter advocate ni wípé kó má kàn ṣe bá kan pay attention sáwọn ọmọbìnrin nìkan. Káwọn ẹgbẹ́ àwọn ọmọkùnrin náà àwọn obìnrin kan wà níta ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó yẹ pé this is just what they do, especially with small boys, babies. Ẹ bá lọ fọmọ sí school ẹ wò lára dáadáa. Ó ti àti dé stage tó yẹ pé a gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣọ́ra wa báyìí ni like òun ṣọ́ bèbí náà ṣọ́ ẹni.
People gan ní school ṣe mọ̀ pé àìmọye àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké yẹn náà tó ń go through abuse.
Èmi lè sọ fún mi.
One way or the other they might be.
Ṣé bá ṣe kéèsì kan téèyàn á máa fún ọmọ ní mi fẹ́ dárúkọ oògùn yẹn ká máa fi sínú kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ fọ́mọ. Yes. Dára o diazepam tí wọ́n máa ń fún àwọn tó bá ṣe pé wọ́n ní àwọn ọ̀pọ̀ anoda tí wọ́n máa fún. Why? Yes. Ṣẹ́rí tí máa sọ pé ẹ máa rí pé mo ń tẹnu mọ́ mo ti ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ because in fact ìgbà tó yá tógun okay another case mo ṣe ní bàbá tó fọ́mọ ẹ̀ lóyún àdé lọ court ṣẹ́rí judicial system wa is a talk for another day.
Eléyìí pọ̀ o.
It's a talk for another day so ẹ má jẹ́ ká it's a talk for another day there's a reason mi ò tẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ rí tó ẹ pé iná ti ṣe sẹ́yìn ni no we will take one day away so judicial system
people coming to defend Baba Ejsha. Can you imagine?
Nígbà tí mo gbé ṣépè ni ṣé ẹ rí pé mo gbé ṣépè ni ẹ wo Ọlọ́run á jí wa rí.
Hello, thank you so much, sir. You have anything to tell us?
I said it's not ignorance, it's wickedness.
Not Eileen, not you, Mama Eileen. You have been here. I'm talking of this. Eileen, not Eileen.
Yeah, ruthless. Okay. Abaslam. Okay. Seriously.
Sorry, efficient ẹ má bínú jàre. Mo fẹ́ ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ lọ sà. Efficient. I wanted to
seriously, you people have contributed a lot on this. Ṣé kọ́lọ́n kó ṣàánú wa pẹ̀lú gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí lọ́tún lósì ni. Ẹ̀rí nǹkan kan tí ń fẹ́ contribute ni pé nǹkan kan bẹ tó ń cause a lot ní country wa yìí. Poverty.
Okay, poverty ló máa ní kí bàbá àgbàlagbà máa lọ dún ọmọ kékeré kó máa lọ gbé ọmọ. We are talking about bàbá yìí.
Tí bàbá eléyìí rà ẹ̀kú ti wà ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ̀ ni.
Okay.
Tí bàbá yẹn ó dà ẹ̀kú ti wà ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ̀ ni. Ká kàn sọ̀rọ̀ lórí títí àwọn ọmọ generally tó ń tẹ̀ ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nísìn. Ṣé rí ní táwọn ọmọdé ń dánwò? Kódà kọ́lọ́n kan ṣá máa fi ṣọ́ rẹ̀ kó máa fi ṣọ́ ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wa ni. Because interti lost ó pọ̀ gidi gan. Ìtọ́jú ọmọ gan láti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn òbí mi bẹ tó yẹ pé wọ́n ṣe gbìyànjú tó náà ó já sásán náà ní lẹ́yìn pé kọ́lọ́n kọ́kàn ṣàánú wa. Because nǹkan àwọn ọmọ ń gbọ́ tí wọ́n fojú rí kò kéré mọ́ nísìn. Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí ní kọ́ńtírì yìí nísìn ní táwọn ọmọ ń lé ó kọjá tí àwọn òbí wọn gan lé.
Wọ́n ní. You want to live above their means.
Kò sí nǹkan kan tó strange sí àwọn ọmọ yẹn mọ́. Gbogbo nǹkan pátá tó ń lọ ní gbogbo àwọn ọmọ yẹn rí ni wọ́n dẹ̀ fi tí wọ́n gbọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi irú ti ọmọ pẹ́lá yìí náà nísìn ká fi ṣe àpèjúwe. Kò sí ọ̀rọ̀ mi tóbi fẹ́ bọ́mọ rẹ̀ sọ nísìn tó bá ń wo ní tó lọ nípa pẹ́lá kò fẹ́ gbọ́n kankan mọ́. So gbogbo tó dẹ̀ ń lọ ní online gbogbo ẹ̀ pátá làwọn ọmọ yẹn ń rí nìsín. Kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè fẹ́ keep them out of it. Ọlọ́run nìkan ni kó kàn ṣàánú wa lórí gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yìí. Ẹ rí mi bàbá Sloan ẹ dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run torí gbogbo tẹ pass through pé wà ní abẹ́ bíríìjì gbogbo ẹ̀yẹn pé ntójú yín rí tọ́lọ́run kádàrá pé kẹ́ bá wọn lọ́wọ́ sí Ọlọ́run ni. Àwọn a lot of people bẹ́tọ̀ ibi tó ń bá rí wọn ò lè yẹ. Ẹlòmíì ibi tí à ń jẹ́ dé nísìn kí wọ́n fi kó rí opportunity kékeré báyìí ó máa bá a lọ. So ebi ó contribute a lot ní country yìí tó yẹ pé àwọn èèyàn wọ́n really suffer gidi gan. Tíṣẹ́ bá wà nílùú wa bó ṣe wà ní other places yẹn náà tó yẹ pé yes àwọn èèyàn ń ríṣẹ́ tó yẹ pé àlákì iṣẹ́ kó àlákì kankan. Onísìn òbí mi gan kó tó fìdí ara rẹ̀ not to talk of kó tó wá fìdí àwọn ọmọ. Gbogbo nǹkan tó dẹ̀ lọ láyé nìsín luxury. Ìgbà táwọn òbí wa ń tọ́ wa pẹ̀lú luxury. Ẹ wo gbogbo àwọn ẹni tí wọ́n ṣe content creating nísìn òní ọ̀la ẹ̀kan máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀s. Gbogbo tí kíní ìmú wá sí àwùjọ wa kò jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn nísìn kí wọ́n ronú pé tó báwọn náà ṣàṣì dé ipò yẹn ni wọn ò tiẹ̀ fẹ́ mú bóòlù tó ń yẹn ṣiṣẹ́ ògbóni azin. So kọ́nà aláàánú kó kàn ṣàánú wa ni pẹ̀lú gbogbo ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa yìí.
Ẹ ṣe sá so lórí ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ẹ jẹ́ ká tún padà sórí ìyẹn because that's the bone of contention tonight because we want everybody to know the truth about pé ó tún jáde ó wá ń kọ orin ìyẹn ló bí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn nú tó fi jáde lálẹ́ ìkílẹ̀ ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ká tó máa lọ lé. Mr. Efficiency ò ní nǹkan sọ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀.
Ṣé ẹ rí ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá tó jáde wá kọ nìyí? Orílẹ̀-èdè wa wọ́n ti fi gba ìgbàkúgbà tó ti pọ̀. Tó bá ti pípò mí ni bàbá yìí nìsín pẹ̀lú orin tó kọ yìí nìsín yóò padà lọ sẹ́wọ̀n.
Absolutely correct.
Wọ́n padà lọ sẹ́wọ̀n ni. Ìgbà tá à ń dẹ́kun ìbàjẹ́ nínú ìlú tí o tún wá tó tún wá fẹ́ máa ṣe kí ni tó tún wá fẹ́ máa tanná sí. Ayé nílùú yìí nísìnyí ó di ẹni tí ẹ wo bó ṣe wà yìí nísìnyí ẹ̀yin náà gbọ́ báwọn bá ṣe ń wà gẹ̀ẹ́sẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn gan sọ̀pọ̀tẹ̀.
Imagine. God. Down.
ṣe rí gbogbo ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀
Thank you so much. You know, we really appreciate you coming to our platform. Thank you.
Most of them are like him.
Honestly, the DB.
Àwọn ìdílé tí ẹ̀ ló ń support ẹ̀. That's it.
Thank you, ma.
Okay,
let Mr. Wasiu. Shewa, okay, sir.
yes, I don't know. Come on, social media, Ejsha ni.
Yes, sir.
Agbọ́dọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ayé òní mú wa.
Lẹ́yìn náà.
Ayé òní mú wa.
So ayé ló mú wa.
Ẹni tí nǹkan bá dé bá ń gbà mí. Tí ó bá wà ní station, tí ó bá wà ní posting nǹkan tí ò tí ní experience nǹkan rí láyé yìí. That's how my judge will be ẹni tí kò ṣe kò mọ̀ ṣe àbí ó ṣiṣẹ́ àbí kíní kan. Ẹlòmíì bá ní other side of life. There's some things tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sílẹ̀ láyé nígbà mi. You just find yourself into it. Wà á rí pé ìgbà wo ni kí ni ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀? Báwo lè ṣẹlẹ̀? Ṣé bí mo ṣe báyìí? Báwo mo lè ṣe báyìí? Báwo lè ṣe?
Méjì àbí kí lẹ fi.
That's what ọ̀rọ̀ bá jẹ̀ṣà. Ẹ tẹ̀lé kò sí ọkùnrin láyé yìí náà tábà kan parọ́ fún wa. Ọkùnrin alábòsí ló máa sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sọ́kùnrin tán tí wọ́n lè fobìnrin mú.
Wọ́n fẹ́ ọmọ kókó mu. Ẹjọ́ ṣàṣẹ wà all right. Irú ẹ̀dá wo ni?
Ọmọdé là ń sọ dájú.
Jesus have mercy. Àwọn èèyàn wo nìyí?
Ẹni sùúrù mọ́.
Àníṣà wá sí ẹjọ́ nítorí ọ̀la ẹ má rìnyàn láyà o. Èmi ti dákẹ́ látẹ̀ ní ìyó.
Ọmọdé là ń sọ.
Kí ni ìtumọ̀?
Ẹni sùúrù.
Ṣé kò níyàwó ńlé? Irú okó wo ló gbé sídì? Absolute nonsense. Ẹjọ́ ẹ má rìnyàn láyà. Ẹ má provoke yàn rárá. Ṣé wọ́n lè ṣe eré ìfọmọ ti yín? Ṣé wọ́n lè ṣe eré ìfọmọ ọmọlọ́mọ ló ń jábọ̀ abégúndé? Ọmọ ta ni wọ́n lè pè lábóríṣàdé tí ò bá kí ń ṣèṣin tó lé everybody ti gbà ṣe ṣe. Ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ ẹjọ́ ẹ tutù ẹ̀ dànù kí ni ìtumọ̀? Ẹ rìnyàn láyà pẹ̀lú irú citation ẹ wo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ ìmọ̀ràn ìbẹ́ ni pé nǹkan tó ń jó sí ni tó ń gbà lò sí. Absolute nonsense tó ń sọ wípé kò sẹ́ni tí ò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ sí kò sẹ́ ti bí sí pé kò níyàwó ńlé ṣókú ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ ẹ̀yìn ọkọ̀ tó wà nídìí ẹ̀ ṣé fún ọmọdé ni.
Madam, I'm taking some.
Stop provoking, man. Èmi á delete ìkíní tó jẹ́ ẹni tó máa jà kiri o. Absolute nonsense lẹ́sọ̀ o. Ẹ má bínú o. But absolute nonsense ni. Má delete TikTok. Torí máa jà ni. Mi ò like ẹ̀ rárá.
Ẹ má bínú, I know, ẹ má bínú. Uncle Wasiu, bóyá bẹ ṣe gbọ́rọ̀ yẹn kalẹ̀ ni ó bí àwọn èèyàn nù. Bóyá kẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀ dáadáa. Torí èmi fẹ́ sọ fún yín bóyá ẹ̀ mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní òǹkú torí ẹ̀ ń sọ pé bí ìgbà fẹ́ pé ọlọ́mọ yẹn kà ń jà yìí ọlọ́mọ ní jẹ́ ká ń jà yìí lọ́dọ̀.
Ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pé ọdún sítórì yẹn náà mi mọ̀ ó ṣàkóso pé bóyá nǹkan bí obìnrin.
No, dá òkè ọkùnrin kò ti bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ lóòótọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé fún yín. Ṣé mo nǹkan tó ń pè tó wá níyàn jẹ́ pedophile? Ṣé mo nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ sà? Àwọn tó bá rí ọmọbìnrin ọmọ kékeré ọmọ bébì wọ́n máa rí ọyàn ńlá láyà ẹ̀ wọ́n máa rí òbò ẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀ wọ́n máa rí gbogbo ẹ̀ tó tóbi kọ̀sọ́ bìlì pé àgbàlagbà lọ́mọ yẹn mental problem ni ẹni yẹn pedophilia ni disease yẹn wọ́n ní orí wọn ò pé wọ́n ti ya wèrè wọn ò gbádùn mental health is just like natural like physical health ẹlòmíì ó ní mental health kò mọ̀ irú ọkùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wọn ò kí ń mọ̀ irú wọn lè bọ́ ọmọ ilé wọn sùn wọn lè bọ́ ọmọ bíbí inú wọn sùn irú wọn lè máa rí tó máa ń bá ọmọ bíbí inú wọn sùn nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà nìyẹn sà wọn ló ti pẹ́ tó ti ń ṣe.
tó wá jáde tó tún wá ń kọrin òṣì kan ẹni tó yẹ kán yí ìfọ̀tí.
ó tún wá lọ sẹ́wọ̀n ó tún wá jáde tán ó tún wá ó tún wá kọrin pé ọlọ́run ò wọ́n má fún mi lẹ́fọ̀ọ́ jẹ ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká jẹ ẹ̀fọ́ burú. kíkẹ́fù ló gbé mi lẹ́fọ̀ọ́ jẹ.
ló ṣàìsàn madam ẹ máa báyìí mo gbọ́dọ̀ nǹkan lórí má dùnú.
mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ gbé ní kàlẹ́ bàbá.
ẹ̀mí ká lóbi inú má dùnú ṣẹ́gẹ́ fún mi kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ generally pé nípa pé iṣẹ́ mọ̀ ipe
ìtàgbọ́ ayé ká mọ̀ báyé wà mo wá mọ̀ báyé wà lọ́wọ́ ìjà yìí tọmọtọmọ lórúkọ jù.
mi mọ̀ pé bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà pé nǹkan tẹ́ kébé ya ó ti wọlé wù ní débi kó sẹ́ni tó lè fẹ́.
ó ti wọlé wù ní ìlú wọlé wù ní ìgbà.
èmi kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́
bá ní pọ́blẹ́mù yẹn kẹ́ tètè sọ sódà tẹ́ lọ sọ́dọ̀ ṣe mọ̀ medical condition ni ó ní ìdẹ́kùn ni. bá ti léèyàn bá ti rọ́kùnrin tẹmọtẹyìn náà mọ̀ ẹ ti mọ̀ kó níwà yẹn ẹ̀yin kọ́ ọ jẹ́ understand tẹ́pọ̀ ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ ìyàwó ẹ̀ ọmọ 12 years a máa wo ọ̀rẹ́ yín kọ́ bá tẹmọ̀ pé ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ ìyàwó ẹ̀ 12 years ó máa ń wò pé ayé ẹ̀ ló ga tó ti ìyàwó mi ló ga jù ìyàwó mi lọ ẹ mọ̀ kó ní problem ló fẹ́ dó.
wọ́n wà dáadáa káàkiri lẹ́yìn kankan wọ́n wà dáadáa lẹ́yìn bẹ́ẹ̀ wà dáadáa káàkiri. bí ọmọ kékeré ọmọ àfojúróbìnrin ìyàwó níyàwó kọ̀ọ̀kan ọ̀dọ́ máa
wọ́n ní problem.
mo ní sáǹkọ̀ sáwọn mi mọ̀ pé bí sọ̀rọ̀ bá jẹ́ ṣàṣírí ni má bínú mọ́lẹ̀.
bí kẹsì ẹ̀ ṣe rí ni àwọn wèrè kan lọ́mbà yín change ẹ̀ lọ́ sọ pé àgbàlagbà ló dó irọ́ lọ́pàá o Yomi Fabiyi ló dá gbogbo ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ o òun ló àgbàlagbà kọ́ lọ́mọ yẹn o Yomi Fabiyi náà tó bá ti lọ́mọ kékeré ó máa ń gbogbo ẹ̀ fẹ́ ni.
kẹrí Yomi wọn sì mú Yomi ni Yomi tí ó ti ń ta sáwọn ọmọ kéékèèké if not kò ní gbé sórí àràárà bíi gala seriously as in ẹ̀yin kì í ṣe irú nǹkan báyìí ṣé bí gbogbo aná òkè abiyamọ ọ̀wọ́n gbọmọtọ́ ìkéyìí báwo ni èèyàn ṣe máa láìkí pé kóun tó àwọn ọmọ wọn bàbá àwọn ọmọ wọn kágbàlagbà ẹjọ́ nǹkan tá a fi ń ṣeré ní Nàìjíríà òun ló ṣe jẹ́ pé àwọn Nàìjíríà kan wá sí ìlú ìlẹ́nujọ́ mẹ́ta ẹ̀ tẹ́ pé wọ́n kún èdè nínú wọ́n kún èdè nínú yọ properly tẹ́ pé wọ́n gbé wọn ni wọ́n ti fọwọ́ kan anything wọ́n kàn ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ ni wọ́n gbé wọn ni o àbàṣà yìí ti mọ́ wọn lára láti Nàìjíríà ẹlòmíì kò ní àìsàn kankan kò ní mental issue àbàṣà yẹn ti mọ́ lára ó ti dùn mọ́ láti kékeré láti age 13 12 tó ti ń ṣèrànù yẹn láti kékeré
ló ti mọ́ wọn lára that is it. gbogbo ìtọ́ bí a yú wọ́n dàgbà sínú ìbàjẹ́.
tí ìbàjẹ́ nǹkan máa mú ọkọ̀ tọ́.
wọ́n dàgbà sínú ìbàjẹ́ wọn tọ́ wọn àbí wọ́n tọ́.
this is it. ẹlòmíì pàápàá kò tí ẹ̀ rẹ́ni tọ̀hún ẹni tó dẹ̀ rẹ́ni tọ̀hún náà nítorí pé ó ti wà láàrin àwọn idiot bíi tiẹ̀ tó ti ń ṣèrànù yẹn láti kékeré ó ti mọ́ wọn lára tí ò bá kí n ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ jọ nítorí Ọlọ́run oníyàwó ńlé mi ìtì ẹ̀fẹ́ gbọ́ excuse kankan oníyàwó ńlé.
gbogbo àwọn fọ́tẹ̀ sọ pé ó ń fẹ́ princess ó ń ṣe kíní kan princess was saying pé mi ò fẹ́ gbà ẹ́ sínú ilé ń gbà yẹn fẹ́ bá gbọ́kọ̀ tó ń sọ fún un ó nítorí pé mo dára pé mo ṣe divorce àbí mo ṣe marry ni pé mo mọ̀ pé ó ní gbogbo wàhálà wọ́n náà mo pé mo ń gbọ́ ẹ lọ síbi kan mo ṣe báyìí fún ẹ there is nothing I didn't do for you.
ẹ jọ máa kó tẹ̀ ṣe wípé okay ibi tó ti wá tẹ̀ tún wá wọ̀ sí dáadáa nìyẹn kó yẹ pé bóyá òun fẹ́ princess ó tún wá ń fẹ́ ọmọ o tún wá abuse ọmọ tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀.
because they are used to that most Nigerian men they do it.
ẹ máa wọ bàṣà.
wọn kò wá ṣiṣẹ́ ìṣe ẹ má máa lọ dó ọmọ girlfriend yìí kò dáa òṣèlú.
ẹ máa wọ bàṣà. kẹ́rẹ́ pé bóyá ó tẹ̀ wá ń fẹ́ princess o tún wá ṣe tán o tún wá mú ọmọ tó wà ní ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ o tún wá mú ẹ jọ máa.
ó dàrọ sà ẹ ṣe mi sà wá.
kò sígbà tí mi lè jí ní ti TikTok.
ẹ má ṣe o.
bí ìṣe lè máa gbọ́rù nǹkan báyìí it's so annoying.
àǹtí ẹ̀nì ẹ káàbọ̀ mà.
Hello ma, good evening ma, good evening to everybody.
ọmọ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọlọ́run kò ní máa ṣe lórí platform yìí.
ó dẹ̀ mú wẹ́ àrò wọlé ọlọ́run má jẹ́ àrí wàhálà ọlọ́run má jẹ́ àrí jà
ní nígbà tí wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbàdúrà ìtura.
ó lẹ́nìkan tó kù tó yẹ ká gbà lálejò ó sì wà nínú kọ́mẹ́sì ṣe mọ́ wọ̀rí tó bá ti yá
yóò wọlé.
Actually, ṣiṣẹ́ rí èmi believe pé Wasiu Mr. Wasiu okay please Mr. Miseni please talk abi Mr.
Sorry. Good evening, Ma. Good evening, everybody.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Ma. My Yoruba is not very good, so I will just speak in
Go on with
English.
your English. We're okay with that.
Yes. Okay, Ma. I just wanted to, cause I've been listening to like your live for the past, I think, hour or two now, and I'm 25 years old, so I've been following this like whole situation since I was 21. As somebody who grew up as the only girl, I have 3 brothers. I did not learn from either of my parents. I didn't get any education as to regards the right body parts for people to touch and the wrong body parts for people to touch. So when I was here and I was hearing that everything belongs in the hands of the mothers to teach children, I came from a very strict mother. So I was not able to tell my mom that I was molested or assaulted for about 5 years.
Sorry, darling, it was corrected at both parents. It's a duty of both parents. Yeah.
Exactly, because the way I learned it from outside. I had to learn it from teachers. I had to learn it from friends, parents of friends. That even knowing how to use pad, I had to learn it from outside. Like my point is that like both parents should make like a comfortable space for their children to come and speak to them. Because for me, knowing what I know now, I'm the one who's teaching my brothers the right things, like how to treat a woman, what not to do. I understand that like also men get assaulted as well, but we always have to remember that the very like prominent cases are in girls. So it's best to protect the girl child and train the men that the women are not just easy access for you. You need to learn to respect women. You need to learn to respect girls. Just because for some boys, and even if they see skirts, they're already chasing. And it's not supposed to be that way, because we're supposed to teach them that even if no matter what a lady is wearing, it doesn't give you the consent to touch her anyhow. Exactly. And that's just my own point. I just wanted to share. But thank you for letting me know.
And like most of us that are parents here, I do tell you that most of our children are always watching us. I know of a girl just like Ellie. She's in the United States, and she watches with her mother. She's a young girl. She's on YouTube. She's my very, very good follower. And that's why I always say, don't let us mislead these children. They are learning from us. They are no more children, they are adults. But they are younger. They are the children we can birth. You understand? Because somebody of 25, she's my 3rd child. You understand? And I can imagine what she has learned here. If you come on board, that's why we have to be mindful of what we're saying. I really appreciate the fact that somebody corrected one of us here when that person was hammering on the women's duty to look after the children. It's like the women. And somebody said, no, let's please emphasize it to be like for both parents, they should be in the lives of their children. Do you understand? So for somebody like Ellie, see what she said. She never learned most of these things from her parents. She learned it from outside. And most of our children are like that. We don't have time to speak with them. We don't have time to give them all this education. But they learn most of this out. Some of us are shy to even talk about sex with our children. Some of us are so shy to discuss about sanitary pad with our children. And I would say, with sanitary pad and all that, with personal hygiene, most women, I would say, for women to ladies, your girl's child, be mindful, speak to them, talk to them about everything, their handpins, their personal hygiene generally. Some of us were shy to tell them. So please, let's learn from this. I
just think my parents really need to improve more. Yes. Now, the reason why I said this was, as a teenager, I started my period. I didn't tell my mom. I told my aunt, my mom's baby sister. So when my mom heard, she now called me. The day that you talk to men, you're done. You'll be pregnant. Then we were on.
That was what they told us as children. You know, yeah. I think when we were growing up, once you start your menstruation, they tell you, once you touch a man like this, you are pregnant.
Man was able to talk.
We're not well educated about that.
This was during holiday. We went back to school. And hi, welcome back. Ìgbájú ni o. Bí mo ṣe ń fún ọ náà fún mi padà o. Mo jẹ ìyà níjọ́ yẹn tó yẹ pé because I thought my mom told me not to talk to men or to guys. So now my friends that used to say hello to me, we all met at school. Oh hi, welcome back. This that Ìgbájú ni o. Aṣọ Ìyádélé ni for the first day back. Aṣọ Ìyádélé uniform. So these are the kind of things I get. The fear was on me. You greeting me, Ken. If you greeted, you get pregnant. Just like that. So these are all these things all mess brain up. And I don't understand why our parents can't sit down and just educate us to the point where we can grasp what they are saying enough for us to work with. You're not giving me something to work with. You're giving me fear, like one of our sisters says, to work with. So, please, I think parents now need to change that tactics.
I think the orientation has changed now. You can see most of these are children. They even learn from social media. They learn from... So, it's just that we don't want them to go and get the wrong information, and that is why it's very good for you to have a very solid attachment with your children. You understand? Have a good attachment with your children. Some of us, we just they are fine, they are good, we don't have one-to-one conversation with them. It's very, very important, and that is why you can see Princess took that up because she noticed some things in her daughter. Once you overlook certain things, you don't look at it very well and like, this child, the anxiety is becoming so much these days. This is not the way any daughter, this is not any that I see. She's always now very quiet. And you got to, inquire what is really wrong. You understand? Professional curiosity, like my professional said the other time. So it's just observation as a parent to your child, and you notice something in them. If not, Princess wouldn't have known that girl was withdrawing and she wasn't doing well in school again. And she noticed that anytime she sees Baba Ejsha on big screen, that was how she got to know that this man was abusing that girl at age 7. Hi. Imagine. So Auntie Miseki, Eka Lema, Auntie Miti Wambila Teku, Ufumilulu, and see me. Okay, so it is so unfortunate, and I thank God that at least the girl was able to open up, and then some of you, and I've said it mostly, cover up, cover shit up, Thank you so much, Annie. God bless you. Have a wonderful night. Uncle Wale, do you want to say something before we go to bed? Wale lege abikile ingeshe abi mo le bi lege ni. Again, let's continue. Any other person that wants to say something before we go to bed? Thank you so much, everyone, for coming aboard. We really appreciate you. It is about Baba Ejsha, and we hope that Baba Ejsha, ẹ ti dé láti ẹ kí ni kọ́ fún wọn ní advice kan. Ẹ ti dé láti college. Mo dẹ̀ believe pé college tẹ̀ dé ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run fẹ́ lọ fi yín pamọ́ ni. Nígbà míì Ọlọ́run máa ń fi ẹ̀dá pamọ́ láti lè lọ tún ṣe ni. Mo believe pé going to prison, and it is called correctional center, it's for you to go there and learn and have self-reflection about what you did. Nǹkan tẹ́ mo pẹ́ ṣe. Ṣé o pé gbà míì Ọlọ́run gbogbo wa rí ojú àmọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀dá. Ẹ̀yin mọ̀ pé ṣé in your conviction you know that you did it. And that was why you could not get soft landing in the court of law. You were sentenced to jail. Nítorí nǹkan tẹ́ ṣe ni. So mo believe pé gbà tẹ́ lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn ẹ ti lọ túbá fọ́lọ́run ẹ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ fún ìdáríjì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀. Torí àwọn yẹn nìkan kọ́ lẹ ṣe fún so many children allegedly according to what we heard. Ṣó ti yé yín? But because people are pushing you, you cannot make money out of that music. No. Orin ìbànújẹ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ orin gidi ni kò ṣe orin gidi. orí pé ẹ jáde nínú ẹ̀wọ̀n ẹ ṣe nǹkan tí ò dá tó ẹ pé within you yourself you will know that you did it tó bá tàn yẹn má tàn ra yín gbogbo bàtẹ́ fi wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn mo mọ̀ pé ó jẹ́ kí wọn náà ti jókòó gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó rí ẹ pé ṣé bó ṣèrè ni ẹ ṣe bí àwọn èèyàn rí ẹ as a mirror ni ṣe bí ẹ kọ́ máa kọ́gbọ́n lára ẹ ni ìwọ wá jẹ́ ẹni tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n wá fi ẹ sọ pé ọlọ́mọ yẹn kárí ìwù ti bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà o mi ò fẹ́ kórí gbogbo àwọn tó dúró nígbà yẹn pé o gbọ́dọ̀ lọ sẹ́wọ̀n nítorí ìwà burúkú tó ṣe má rí wọn bí ọ̀tá o má rí wọn bí ọ̀tá bóyá ò bá ti lọ ṣe síbi tó yẹ pé wọ́n á ti sọnù sí ẹ lára ọlọ́run ló fi ẹ́ pamọ́ ni sórí orin tó kọ yẹn kò dáa kò make sense in fact ó ń jẹ́ ká lọ revisit kéèsì ẹni tó bá di lọ́la máa lọ download 4 years ago show tí mo ṣe lórí YouTube máa lọ download ẹ̀ máa post ẹ̀ kó wá gbọ́ nǹkan táwọn èèyàn sọ lórí show yẹn people called in into that show and so many people did shows for you that time it's so unfortunate pé ó wá ń jẹ́ ká máa revisit ẹ̀ a máa tún revisit bó ṣe ṣe ọmọ yẹn bó ṣe ń la lọ́wọ́ tó ń ṣe báyìí tó ń ṣe báyìí tó ń ṣe báyìí ìwúrí lè máa rí ọmọ kékeré lè máa rò pé nǹkan ńlá ló wà lábẹ́ nǹkan tí ò dáa if you still need support you still need therapy you better look for it counseling you better look for it bóyá ò ní enough níbi tó ti ń bọ̀ so you still need out there kádìlú òyìnbó ni wọ́n yẹ fi ẹ́ sí probation ó máa ní ẹ̀wọ̀n tó lè rìn sí ó máa ní iṣẹ́ tó lè ṣe you cannot come straight and become an artist back because you still be working with children àti àwọn ọmọ tó jẹ́ baby actress we have baby actors that means you can still abuse them.
kò tẹ́ lè jáde síta if he was here kò tẹ́ èyí kò lè dún rárá.
ó jáde wá mú orí sẹ́nu princess Adédoyin lọ́lá love you ó wá mú orí sẹ́nu orin àgọ́ ló ń kọ òkò ń ṣorin kìíní kí ló ń kọ ṣídẹ̀bù ló fún mi lẹ́ẹ̀fọ́ jẹ ó ní kí n wá jẹ̀fọ́ ní ṣorin nìyẹn ọdún yẹn kò jáde kò bẹ̀bẹ̀ pé ẹ̀yin gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà àyà tó bá tẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa kéèsì yẹn rárá just talk about things generally ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà thank you for standing by me ẹ ṣé o kó fi kọrin kó ṣe kinní kan kó rẹ̀ mo ti dé o ẹjọ́ ẹgbẹ́sẹ̀ wá fún mi o mo ń ṣe MC o mo ń ṣe o gbogbo ẹ̀yin tèmi ẹ má gbàgbé mi o kó dẹ̀ gbàgbé ẹ̀ ó wá ní ká wá rọ ọwọ́ wa létí pé ká padà síbi a máa padà síbẹ̀ a máa play show ẹ̀ a máa wo ibi tó ti ń lá ọmọ yẹn láwọn fún ìṣẹ́ báyìí fún ìṣẹ́ báyìí ojú yẹn la máa bá fi wò anyway because when I think about it it's so irritating to my body ó máa ń ta mí lára ni mo ní àwọn ọmọbìnrin mo ní ọmọbìnrin ó máa ń ta mí jẹ́ mo pé kíkọ́ dé pé nǹkan tó ń tàyàn lára ìwọ tó bá jẹ́ àbíyamọ wàá mọ̀ pé nǹkan tí bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ṣe it's not something that you can even think about. òun wá instrument money kò make sense o bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà kò tiẹ̀ kò mọ́kọ lọ wá kó wá kọrin orin àrò ló kọ náà orin àrò ló wá kọ àwọn èèyàn kan tó ṣe ń ṣàánú ẹ̀ gan wá wò pé àánú wèrè wo ló fẹ́ máa ṣe nínú ilé ta ló tẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ ṣàánú ẹ̀ kó dáa gbogbo ẹ̀ tó bá ti jẹ́ ọkùnrin tó bímọ ọkùnrin tó bímọ obìnrin ẹ̀rọ á máa bà á fún ẹni gbogbo àwọn tó wá tó ń pọ́n eléyìí ṣé wọ́n lè gbàdúrà kó wá sílé wọn kẹ́rù má máa bà wọ́n máa ṣọ́ ẹni náà ẹni tó bá jalè lẹ́ẹ̀kan tó bá dà wọ́n borí aṣọ olè ló dàbora no matter gbogbo wọn bá ṣe sọ pé bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà kékeré wọ́n máa ṣọ́ ẹ fún àwọn ọmọ wọn ni wọ́n á tẹ̀ ṣọ́ ẹ fún ọmọ ọkùnrin gan because for you to see àwọn lè ṣe nǹkan tó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ nǹkan tí ò da bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà honestly ó dẹ̀ disappoint mi èmi tí mo ti rò pé tó bá tẹ̀ ti dé ká kọ́kọ́ mú Yọ̀mí tó jí ẹ lówó kó torí Yọ̀mí Fábíyì jí ẹ lówó kó you told me nínú ẹ̀wọ̀n nígbà tó wà nínú ẹ̀wọ̀n tó chat pẹ̀lú mi oní gbogbo wọn fi ẹ́ sílẹ̀ wọ́n fìyà jẹ wọ́n kọ́ àbádọ́lẹ̀ ó ti gbàgbé ìyà tó jẹ nínú prison ni tó ti gbàgbé ni àti pé wọ́n kọ́ ló chat o olóhùn jẹ́ ìyà náà I was supposed to send some people to you mo dẹ̀ pé àwọn àǹtí mi tó wà ní industry pé kí la fẹ́ ṣe gbàtọ́ ọ̀dẹ̀ dídá mi lóhùn mo ṣe da gbogbo wọn ni pé ẹ̀wọ̀ ẹ̀ wá yanjú èmi kọ́kọ́ mo ní kó lọ fàdíyà. So thank you so much Aunty Fruit ẹ ṣé gan ni God bless you for speaking to us and.
Have a nice evening, ma. Thank you.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni have a wonderful night. Ẹ ṣé o àwa lọ so àsọjí o gbogbo ẹ̀yin tèmi I love you àsọjí o good night love you all. Àǹtí Júmi ẹ pẹ́ dé o ṣe wa ok ó dàárọ̀ ẹ ṣe gan ni ó dà ṣé Mr. Sùúrù fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ni bàbá Sùúrù.
àyẹ̀wò lé ní ó dàárọ̀.
ó dàárọ̀ sà ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹ jọ ẹ bá dáwọn tó máa ń bá àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké sùn ládùúgbò yín ẹ pariwo wọn síta o pé bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ni wọn ò ṣe gbọ́.
kò sí wàhálà bá.
ẹ má bá ọmọ kékeré sùn.
Àtẹ̀jọ́kẹ́ ẹ má bínú mo wà wedding mo tẹ̀sí yìí mo ní mo wà wedding pé ọmọ rẹ mi
ṣe
wedding mo kàn sáré tẹ̀pù kìíní nígbà tẹ̀pù mí yẹn mo ní àmàdì wedding.
Okay, go. No problem. We've had a good time. Right. Good discussion tonight. And
mo wà pẹ̀lú yẹn ẹ̀rí tí mo ń tàbí ni pé I'm enjoying the food but àmàdì wedding.
Rí o. Àti mi fẹ́ kí ó dà rọ́mọ̀. Love you sis. Àti mi fẹ́ kí mo fẹ́ sọ fún yín mo fẹ́ blog gbogbo àwọn family mi. Àti mi fẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ ti gbọ́. Gbogbo wọn máa kọ orúkọ wọn jáde gbogbo wọn kì í ra lion fún mi ṣó ti yé yín àǹtí mi ẹ̀yin náà máa blog yín àǹtí Ṣẹ̀kí ẹ̀yin náà ra lion fún mi gbogbo family mi ni máa blog.
Àjọkẹ́ à ń sọ̀rọ̀ mà ó dàrọ̀ mà bye.
All right na God bless you sis. Ẹ ṣe gan ni ó dàrọ̀. Ó dà tààtò exit ṣé kò exit kò fẹ́ lọ ní àbá ẹ gbà mí ẹ ní kí n lọ kó máa jẹ́ ń lọ lé gbà mí o táwọn àwọn fámìlì mi nìyẹn o àwọn fámìlì mi nìyẹn o wọ́n mọ̀ ọ́ o ó ṣe jàre àbúrò mi my darling sister ó ṣe jàre mi ní blọ́ọ̀gì wọ olórí Adédèjì.
I don't know. They call that brother say, Wesha Jesus. The brother say, that day, they are just going to use 70 take for support Mario. But then we don't boss. He said, for my own body, we match your guard. I'll just go use 70 euro take back because they support Mario. But if you just post like seven days for now, this but if why did you go because when they say seven days, why did they laugh? So that men don't wait that waiting that they think but then they think but if we can a course here that hara wow is 70.
Nothing.
No, but that's what they call that brother. You still know because I'm not
now the boy be United.
Okay, now United is the color. Yeah, well, who is I have a little drop of water, make a mighty ocean.
The only one of them, that be Arsenal that day. So the rest.
What are your boyfriend?
My come and go and open that yesterday, and just gift pass.
That be United.
No, not the Arsenal. Only people the Arsenal.
Where you draw Arsenal beforehand?
Yes, no for a lap.
For a lap. Sister Blessing, why am I? Sister Blessing saying get one gift to be safe as a promise.
I'm not the best to promise me, mommy. You want to start? You want me to cost me? You know, say that day. I'm not calling you.
Okay, not talking again, but don't fight your cook.
Make you not, I bet send me the banner because from now, I already done my easy. We have a cafe.
Mommy, Arsenal food is still okay. Jesus.
Mommy, but that is
no, not below Arsenal full everywhere. Arsenal food is. Especially with they go for and they top for league.
Isn't that with the day top for league?
That day, even if they're not they top. I know you all know why. When I was in Nigeria, I just like that. Whether not the color, I don't know. I just like the name and the match I don't record club.
Just that they play ball, but they don't feel the finish up.
No, that day, but if you say, it just come up, you say, now because of the accent, now why again, that make me come up. I better go be the accent.
Now what did the boy call the talk? That made the thing called the investment. Say, I said,
and you know, say, my papa be the waka you they go. You know, say, I got her, she does, your daddy is here. He said, no, I'm not here. Now, when they call here about the football, I said, nah, and they call her, Mayo. He said, what's the come up? But I said, Daddy, with all due respect, can I ask you a question? Jesus Christ, I thought of you forget that day. Oh, no. See,
I wake up on now for life again. It's tough football.
Football. The fear
they wash that day.
People can't stand bad. They can't wash. Nobody agree come out again. They think they make me they laugh. Priscilla, I will be your way. Okay. They gave me later. I say later we be say me and I say, Mommy, now fear they fear. I never see people made just stand together like that. They couldn't talk.
It's a make now so free. Where are you?
Man, the fear argue football. Now, so some girls will like football. If some girls they argue football, some girls will like.
I get friend like that. That's what.
Yes. Well, I like you. Think they want fight for we don't they fight too. They go.
I get one of my girlfriend that time. If she dey watch football, and if you don't reach time for football, even if every women they play the way that they like her, they know they want come up for that. Even if she they play she'll go carry the chair go near front of television. She'll go say,
That girl is okay. This time be like ma, but last na soldier, nice Maria.
If you see this girl, she fine. You know where the say get fine. She tall, she fine, she be a money, very curvy and beautiful. But of what's a football? Okay, son, you sabi. Jesus.
Really like for the tough for get shoulder.
Now since we be say Alan they bring the contents come. We be say so meat. He on a do DI, but I feel not do coince. It's a blessing at the real bonjour. They can't be perfect the content. Let make me look on the toss. Okay, sometimes now say make I go look. Me I give me say Rani. He may want to let me go the way another phone with them. I'm not going to win.
God is sweet.
No, I did fear.
Let me ask, the people say that they fear for what of rest? It's not that serious way. Rest, you know, feel.
Why many people don't do like that as it's not be real.
How come they keep myself for what's not be real? Can I tell me? You want one of green.
Me, I like the dressing.
Like bossy now, Marie.
Yeah.
So like.
Which one that a do guy?
Which a do guy?
Not be a do boy. That one with the. Let's not wrestling. I mean, active boy. That one with fair. We will be like half cast.
Who's that?
If I remember the neighbor that I Sister Blessed, I could test that too now. In a Nigerian person, but in a be origin, but in Europe, it is in America, I would be busy. They win every time, and they're very, very famous. So.
For us, I'll be for bossy.
It is in a bossy.
Which I don't know about all those arrested bosses. I don't know.
Listen, I'm boss.
Now football, now you did that one, but.
Correct.
I beg Mona do better. Mona do better campaign for this one.
But that's it.
Nah.
I beg. That music, what did you need?
I'm not doing a concert.
She's who are. I'm not doing.
Which music is that?
Again, one of the music was a place. Even people can't they not really sleep. They listen to music. I don't know. That music.
Okay. For your platform yesterday.
Wow. Platform that music I want to play. Now for me, sleep don't vanish.
Okay. Nice to upload this song.
The
song, actually that song, if you listen to it, like the reason why I like this song, it get meaning. And if you play, if you listen to it, I write the name for comment section. Yeah.
Because so normally, Sister Blessing Ejsha song that she did.
The song it get meaning. If you listen to it, it's very.
I swear.
Maybe the first song we just come on.
Mommy, the plan, very sweet song. Yeah, very cool. Jesus, that song sweet too. Big beneath, come down for those crazy songs. Not this song.
You just see the music, you just see the name for conversation, there.
You're not sure.
Yes, you don't show wait. No, wait, me, Fitana. You know, sir, listen to the details. For the, you be like say for the na code now you give. Now they hear that. Yes. I've never go sleep. Me we just listen to this music. Me all of us go sleep. Now this one big and down with me.
Nothing good.
Even get a long one, 1 hour, 1 hour. It's easy for you. 1 hour plus, 1 hour 4 minutes.